Tell them to bring me my money. Tell them to bring me my money. Tell them to bring me my money.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for another episode of Husam X Tom Little. That is today's episode. You get me, my lovely people. Please do make sure you guys are liking the video. Do make sure you guys are subscribing. Of course, yeah. You chickened out as expected, Ashraf. Anyway, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Guys, we're literally 2 subscribers away from 35.4k. Hit subscribe on whichever device you're using. Go subscribe from your mom's phone. Go subscribe from your dad's phone. Go subscribe from anywhere you can. You get me? Please do hit that subscribe button. Do like the video. Keep getting involved. Keep letting me know your opinions because this is going to be one hell of a show. Anyway, before we get the party started, we have to introduce the man himself, rocking an Orlando Pirates jersey. I can't believe I actually support 2 of the same clubs that he supports, you get me? Liverpool and Orlando Pirates, because I am a pirate when it comes to South African football. Big up the Pirates. Man like Tom Little is in the building. How are you doing, Tom, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's been a while. First time actually on the channel in your new little setup. Who's that who signed the shirt in the back?
Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia?
Yeah, I met Luis Garcia in Dubai.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I met Luis Garcia in Dubai. This is what happened. I was at the Liverpool shop in Dubai 5 years ago. And then the guy, when I was about to buy the shirt, was like, do you know Luis Garcia is coming today? I'm like, what? And he's like, Luis Garcia is coming today. I'm like, sign me up now. I signed up directly and I just came back. And then I met him, took a selfie with him. I still have the selfie. I don't know where it is though, but I do have selfie with him. And he signed this shirt right here. And this is the funny story. I didn't want to like buy a new shirt. And I wanted to find like a shirt in which I could make his signature stick out. So I went and I found an old Liverpool shirt, like from the 1970s or the 1980s, the white one from the Liverpool shop. And I'm like, yep, let's go. So like I just bought it and he signed it for me. I took a selfie with him. I wonder if they ever posted those pictures that they took on the Liverpool website. I never actually checked. Maybe we can find like a 2000 something. I need to remember the date, but they kept taking pictures. Like there was a guy with a camera there. That would have been the Liverpool website then, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
I would assume if there's a camera and a professional crew, it might have been the Liverpool website, probably. That's where I had the thing where, like, remember when I touched the Anfield sign, my first profile picture on Twitter, that was over there. I didn't actually touch the Anfield sign. That was the one day, inshallah. But that was the place where I met him. Big up Luis Garcia. What a guy as well. What a guy. When I walked up to him, they were like, oh, shall we take a picture with the guy with the camera? I'm like, can I just take a selfie instead? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I gave him a shirt. Please sign it, Luis. And then he signed it. And I've got it, got it.
Yeah, I love Luis Garcia. Luis Garcia was a proper player. I've got a 05 shirt of Garcia.
How can you say that when he played football before you're born, man? You do this every single time. Which year were you born? Don't lie. Tell the people right now.
2001.
2001. So you were 4 years old when Luis Garcia signed for Liverpool, and you're out here going like, "Oh wait, Luis Garcia."
Am I not allowed to watch back? But bear in mind, I have vague memories at the time. But am I not allowed to go back and watch football from those days and go, "Oh, you know what?
No, of course you're allowed. Of course you're allowed 100%, but you cannot say it like you lived it. That's the part where like
I
you
cannot
cannot
say
say
it
it.
like that.
You do say it like you lived it. Like,
I never said like,
oh,
oh,
Luis
Luis
Garcia,
Gar.
what a footballer.
I remember watching Luis Gar. No, I go, Luis Garcia was good, wasn't he?
Your probably first, I'd say, like vivid memory of football would have been like Torres, Gerrard, Torres going to Chelsea. Like those are like your 10-year-old,
The
11-year-olds.
first game that I can fully remember was when we played, because I went to the game, so that's why I probably fully remember it. We played Man City towards the back end of 07, 08. Yeah, back end of 07, 08. We played Man City at home. We won 1-0. Dirk outscored the winner. That's the game. That was the first game I went to, and it's the game I remember most. Then the year afterwards, I went to the first home game of the season, Middlesbrough, when Gerrard scored that last-minute winner off the knockdown from Robbie Keane. And then after that, I went to like one or two more that year, but I can't. You know, one of the ones that I remember most was the fucking pre-season friendly we had at Anfield. Fucking Voronin scored one of the best goals I've ever seen live. And that was about all he fucking did. Literally from about 30 yards out, smacks it top corner. I can't even remember who. I think it was against Lazio. Smashed it top corner. And then I don't.
I think it was either Lazio or Fiorentina. I'm unsure.
I'm pretty sure it was Lazio.
He was shit, wasn't he? He was so shit.
Horrendous.
Warren, honestly, he was so crap as well.
Yeah, it was Lazio.
It was Lazio. It was so shit, honestly. He was just crap.
Because do you want to know what it was? When he came on, he was booed onto the pitch and then scored in the fucking 90th minute and shushed our own fans.
He was so shit. I cannot believe we signed Voronin, man. Konchesky. We need to do like a Liverpool worst 11 possible.
Oh yeah. To be fair, you'd need like 2 or 3 for that, because some of them players are fucking horrendous. Bruno Shearu, Salif Diao in the midfield.
I was thinking who would have been in goal.
Who would have been in goal? Charles Atanji was shit.
Yes.
Donny wasn't great.
No, you cannot put Donny. Have some shame.
I can put Donny.
Donny wasn't that bad.
Brad Jones had a fucking horrendous game when he played at Old Trafford that sticks in my head.
You haven't said the correct answer.
I'm not putting again though. Like,
he cost us the Champions League final, Tom.
Yes, but Karius wasn't a good keeper, but he was better than Atanji. If you're going by purely worst goalkeeper that I've seen play for Liverpool, it was Charles Atanji.
You know, low-key Dudek on the regular was shit, more than good, but he was very good in the Champions League final.
My dad tells me he used to fucking hate Sander Westerveld because he was shit.
Anyway, let me just do this superstar.
We had like 2 good goalkeepers in the 2000s. We've had Alisson and Pepe Reina, and even Pepe Reina turned to shit towards the end.
Yeah, Pepe Reina at the end, he was just dreadful. Like, we needed a new goalkeeper. I was happy that we signed
How could we forget fucking Bogdan? He was fucking horrendous, Adam Bogdan.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna what were the expectations of Bogdan anyway? You were like, no one expected shit from him regardless.
To be fair, the bar was very low with Bogdan, and he's still disappointed because he did concede directly off a corner against like fucking, who were we playing, Burton or something, and forced us to go to like a 2. We had to go to a replay, or what else was
that?
That
game ended 2-2. I still remember
the fucking Watford game when we lost 3-0. First goal, flaps at a corner.
Big up to my LFC brothers. Enjoy your weekend, is what Matthew says. I still got you for the video, Matthew. Just waiting on Ziad and Jacob to be on the same stream. This guy's a Galatasaray fan who's shitting on both Spurs and Chelsea because he got Victor Osimhen. Big up to you, Matthew. Big up to Denzel says, Pirates are off-brand Chiefs. I hate that club. Your response to that?
I actually have a Kaiser Chiefs shirt as well.
You have to choose. You have to choose, Tom. You cannot.
I don't have to choose. I just appreciate all runs of football.
You have to choose. You cannot be an Olympiacos and Panathinaikos fan.
I'm not a fan of either. I just have the shirts. I like collecting football shirts.
Listen, I like in South Africa. I'm a pirate. That's who I support in South Africa.
The thing is, I can't say I've ever watched a South African football game. There's two players that I know. There's that Shabalala who scored in the World Cup, and I think he was a Kaizer Chiefs player. And then there was a goalkeeper who used to play for Orlando Pirates. It was always a 75 rated on FIFA, and I can't remember his name now.
So you can't name the greatest South African player of all time?
No.
Played in the Premier League, striker, assistant manager at Man United.
Benny McCarthy.
Yes.
He was South African, didn't he?
Yes, he's South African. Where on earth did you think he's from?
I don't know. I just didn't think South Africa.
He's South African, man. This guy. I've never seen someone so cultured my whole life, honestly. Man, like, Tom Matthew says, also forgot to ask, how good is Jayden Dance? Is he injured or something? Because I haven't seen him yet.
He was injured throughout pre-season. That, by the way, Football Gospel's got the keeper right. Yeah, that's the goalie. But he was injured throughout pre-season. That's why I didn't get his loan. And now I think we're just going to keep him around until January and have him play with all the other good youngsters that we've got in the 21s. He's good. He's raw, Jayden Dance, but he's got all the fundamentals down. So it's not
he's a better
really
finisher
something
than
lacks.
Hughes.
That's not hard.
Nick is out there currently outside in Australia, being a nasty little you know what, but I'm not going to use bad language. But Nick already knows what he's doing. You get me? So anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Guys, we're 2 subscribers away from 35.4K. I want you to go get your sister's phone, your brother's phone, your dad's phone, your mom's phone. Just subscribe so we can hit 35.4, Habibis. So let's just get the party started now. Enough of wasting time. Mods, push the likes as well. Tom, have you watched the latest update from Colombia?
No, I haven't watched Colombian Charles Xavier ripping to yet, but I do. I think I was in your watch along at half time against United. And I went, the Colombians are going to kill you for this.
Yeah, they will. But let me show you the latest update from Colombia.
Husam me escribió y me menciona en los videos, dice, es como celebrando por mí o conmigo, no sé, dice el calvo colombiano, así que esperen eso, lo van a escuchar. Quiero saludarlos, si me permiten. Hi, Husam. I know a lot of Colombians probably don't like you because of your controversial views. I respect your opinions. I think today or in the videos for these 2 goals, you're reasonable. So I appreciate that because sometimes you go into an extreme, which I guess it works for you because your channel is doing really well. But I just wanted to say, we can become channel friends. That's fine. We can respect each other's opinion. Best of luck with your channel. We'll talk soon. Y bueno, suscríbanse, denle like al video. Los dejo con el video.
Let me show you quickly. Usually what usually he does? He only clips up the celebrations, right? For the Diaz goals. He clipped up extra with this.
Diaz!
You can hear this, right?
On! Get in there!
This is the memes guy. Big up to
Diaz!
him.
I love you too, bruv. I fucking love you too. Come on! Yes!
Gravenberg again. Come on, counter-attack. Play in Diaz. Salah. Across. Luis Diaz! Golazo! Vamos, Luis Diaz! Clip me up, you bald Colombian now, because he's delivered. Right now, this is what you want. More of this. Gravenberg, man of the match with another ball stolen. Plays it into Mo Salah, the fantastic cross. Diaz with a header. I love you too, Luis. I'll forgive you if you do this for another 15 times. Da dobla da, made in Colombia. Vamos. Let's go, man. Matthew, who's in the chat, he sent a super chat on the stream, right? Even Matthew got clipped up. Watch. Here. Let me skip to the second goal.
With both goals.
Come on, Salah. Salah against Dallo. Salah into Diaz! Oh my days! Oh my God! Golazo! Luis Diaz! Goal! Vamos, Luis! Vamos, Colombia! Vamos, the ball Matthew got clipped up here. Watch. Liverpool 2, Man United 0. Beautiful football there. Look at that pass from Mo right there. Boom! Boom! Husam, show some backbone. Don't apologize. I've already said apologies come with consistency. Apologies come with consistency. If Diaz does more of course, I don't expect Luis Diaz to score 2 goals every game, but he's had opportunities like this last season. It's about delivering consistently. That's it. And this is exactly what we want from Luis Diaz. Step up more. Step up more. Do this more. Get involved more. We want this. What do you think? I'm not going to celebrate if Diaz scores? You see how I just celebrated? My veins fucking popped. Gravenberg, 10 out of 10. Diaz, 10 out of 10. Salah, 10 out of 10. Well done, all of them.
Why did he say Salah? Who said Salah had a stinker?
No one said Salah had a stinker.
No, if you go back to that last clip,
Yeah.
City super chat is Salah stinker equals 2 assists. So I'm wondering who suggested he was having a stinker.
City's obviously being sarcastic because he's on our side when it comes to the Salah argument. He's like, oh, I saw your tweet as well. You're like, people in the summer were asking for Mo to get sold, but I don't want to start with Mo today. I want to start with Luis Diaz first, because one of the parts of the stream today is I wanted us to talk about the heroes of the slot era so far versus the villains of the slot era so far, and then we'll talk about the contract.
The villains,
like that. Yeah, there's always a villain, brother.
No one's been bad though.
Some people might be villains wearing a suit sitting upstairs. So like there is always a villain in every story.
Right.
So we have to give credit to one of the shittest players last season for us, Luis Diaz, this season, turning up. What do you make of him, and how do you approach these conversations? Obviously, I know, like, every now and then you must speak on spaces, and people like, oh, and Nasser earlier on in the chat, he was like, oh, hold that, you Luis Diaz haters, both of you clowns. We see your comments, Nasser. Also, Ashraf, where's my 100? But we see your comments, Nasser, the fraud. I know you're listening in the background, show face, Habibi, don't hide. But what do you say, Tom, currently? What do you make of this Luis Diaz thing?
He's doing exactly what I wanted him. If you've noticed, for the first 3 games of the season, well, bar Ipswich where he was typical Diaz, last 2 games I've not had anything bad to say about him. And it's not a case of, oh, well, you're only happy with him if he scores. No, there will be games where he doesn't score and I'll still be happy with what he's doing. The issue that I had with Diaz is his end product was so inconsistent it was costing us. Right now, there is a consistency to the end product that is getting us through these games. Therefore, I can't continue to be angry at him. I don't have an agenda against Diaz. The only person I have an agenda against is Kostas Tsimikas because I don't think he's good.
Oh my God!
I don't have an agenda, and even then, it wouldn't be an agenda if he played well. Because last season when he was playing well, I gave him praise. So it's not really an agenda. It's just I don't think he's very good. If a player is performing well, I'm not going to say this shit. I'm not going to slag them off because they're doing what they need to do.
Do you think people are going over the top with Diaz praise, though?
I think it's just a case of the people who are going over the top with the people who were backing him when he was not performing, and now it's swung the other way. They're going to the extreme while everyone else is sort of settling to the medium. I don't want to buy Diaz stocks. I'm quite comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not buying Diaz stocks either. No one's buying stocks after 2 games.
I feel like ultimately...
That's Annie, you remember him, right? He was on streams with us. Yep. Big up Annie.
I feel like ultimately players like Diaz are so divisive that it's always one extreme or the other. It's always... yes. It's always one extreme or the other with the fan base. Either you get the people who really don't rate him, which I will fall into him, or when he's performing well, it's extreme on the people who rate him. And it's, oh my God, this is that. Well, so he's performing well. He needs to keep this up. I liked the finishes against United. The second one was very Mane-esque in the way that he took it.
The second one was so unexpected. You get me?
And like you said on that video, it's not a case of we need him to score 2 goals every week. If he can give me if he gives me a performance like he did against United or like he did against Brentford, but he doesn't score, I'm not going to be angry at him unless he's missed 3 gilt-edged chances. If he does what he needs to do and doesn't waste away 3 big chances, then there you go. Happy with it. but I need to see more of it. 3 games isn't enough. I can't.
Yeah.
My opinion on a player is not going to change within 3 games in the same way that it hasn't with anyone else. Salah had a bad run last season. My opinion didn't change on him. Van Dijk had a bad run for a season. My opinion didn't change on him. There's certain players who have the quality and certain players who need to show that. Diaz needs to show it more consistently, but for the first 3 games of the season, for the most part, he's been very impressive. And he's kept a very good Cody Gakpo at the side, so credit to him. And we've got...
I think people have an apology fetish. I think people just want you to apologize all the time as soon as someone has like 2 good games. We've seen it last year with Nunes. We've seen it last year with Endo. We've seen it with all these players.
There was about 5 different points of last season where people wanted apologies for Nunes.
Exactly. Why do me and Tom ride out for Mo? Some people think, oh, Husam is Arab. That's why he rides out for Mo. Okay. Thomas Scouse. Despite the rumors that he's a Jedi, he's indeed a Scouser. You get me? But even he rides out for Mo. Why do we ride out for Trent? Why do we ride out for Allison? Why do we ride out for Van Dijk? Hell, I'll ride out for McAllister like crazy as well. Because
last season, I was riding out for Soboslai.
Yeah, exactly. You know, last season, I did 3 previews with pre-Arsenal with troops. Every single time I fought for McAllister to be in the combined 11. I did not mess around with that at all.
There's certain players who just have quality. There's certain players who just have a quality, and you can't deny that. Salah's shown it for 8 years. Trent's shown it for 7 years. Van Dijk's shown it for 7 years. Allison's shown it for 7 years.
So I will not be apologizing to Luis Diaz right now. We really won't. And big up Sajjad, he's saying it in the chat right now. This is all what it's about, guys. Because you know what pisses me off? People have short-term memories. Thank God me and Tom don't have short-term memories.
I will say this. Diaz started last season the same way.
Short-term memories, Tom. The same exact game happened at Old Trafford. The same exact game happened at Man City at home. Luis Diaz had probably even easier chances than the second goal he scored. Wallahi, it was an easier chance. It was an easier chance. He looked Ederson straight in the face and shot at the corner flag. So why should I apologize? Why should I apologize? There's no reason for me to apologize whatsoever. By the way, make sure you guys are wishing Tom a happy birthday. Thank you, Ashraf, for reminding me. It is actually his 18th birthday today. So happy birthday to Tom Little in the chat. Pick up W's to Ashraf for dropping the 100 pieces to being a man of his word. Tom, you're lagging out a little bit, so I hope your audio is not lagging out. But tell me the same games happened at Old Trafford against Man City. He's lagging. There you are.
I can hear you.
Okay, but your picture is like 144p.
it'll sort itself out.
Okay, as long as your audio is not lagging. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you. Diaz started last season the same way. Scored on the opening day, scored in the second game of the season, and everyone was like, oh, apologies, where's your apologies, this, that, and the other. What happened? He then didn't score again until like Luton or something. He went on a big drought, if I remember. He had a really good opening 3-4 games, and then we had a drought again. And there were extenuating factors with him. I'm not going to, ignore those. But I need to see it over a season. I need to see that it isn't just fits and spurts and moments and inconsistent sort of bursts of form, because that's not going to win us league titles. And the start of I am an emotional fan. I am a very emotional fan. I go to extremes. You want to know the new extreme I'm on? Arnie Slot could win the title this year. 100%. The way we start the season, Arnie Slot could win the title this year. But he's not going to do it if we have the Diaz of old that suddenly just decides to stop turning up for 3 months and miss chances. If this Diaz is the Diaz that is now there, then all of a sudden you put yourself in a better position.
Oh my God. Did you just say we're going to win the league?
No, I said we could win the league.
Explain to me how can that happen, because now this supersedes the Diaz conversation. I need to explain.
Last season wasn't... We had the quality to win the league last season. We did. Extenuating factors fucked us over. We had basically 2 big shit storms collide at the same time in terms of injuries to half our key players, and the other half had to play every single minute of every single game for 3 months. They were fucked at the end. Combine them together, you've got a really bad run of form to end the season. Now, we have that same squad. Should it have been improved 100%? But we have that same squad with the minor, the tiniest of improvements in Federico Chiesa to the front line. And the biggest change, we play a much more controlled system, which is less exposed defensively. Husam, can I ask you, when was the last time you remember Liverpool keeping 3 clean sheets in a row in the Premier League before this?
I don't remember.
I think it was 1920. It might have been 21-22, but it wasn't in the last 2 seasons before this.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Fixing the defense is a big thing. If you're more solid there, so you got that. Add on to that as well, we're more controlled in games, less end to end. We're putting in less work to win these games. Players are less tired, and we've apparently got one of the fucking fitness gurus in world football as an assistant coach who knows how to manage injuries. If you add all that together and everything goes right, and then you factor in that we have quality to win a league title, why can't
But we
with a
don't
bit of
have
luck?
quality to win a league title.
But we do. But we
No,
do.
we don't.
Yes,
No,
we
we
do.
don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we
No,
do.
we don't.
All
we
three of the
don't.
top. All 3 of the top teams have the quality to win a league title.
Arsenal have a better starting 11. Man City have a better starting 11.
I actually don't think Arsenal have a better starting 11. I think they've got a better.
Okay, like, we
starting
want to do a combined 11 now.
I'll do a combined.
Without
11.
being a fraud. Don't be a fraud.
Yeah.
Well, let's
I'm
be
not gonna
honest.
I'm not going to be a fraud.
Alisson, Trent, Saliba,
Yep.
Van Dijk.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever
Robertson.
left back they have. No.
I take Robertson.
Timber, Calafiori.
I take Robertson.
Calafiori would have been the perfect player for us. What do you
I
mean?
take Robertson.
Rice,
Calafiori's good.
McAllister, Odegaard.
Yeah, I'll have that. And then our entire front 3.
No. No. Hell no.
Minimum
It's not
2. Minimum 2.
Hell no, it's not our entire front 3. Hell no.
But the only way so my one would be Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Saliba, Robertson, McAllister, Rice, Odegaard. So that's 5-3. Salah, Jota, and then based off of this season, Diaz. If I was to pick solely for my heart of hearts, I would have Trossard in there because I like.
No,
to
but
play
then
Trossard.
why are you changing the way you do arguments then? Because based off this season, Havertz start ahead of Jota. Based on this season, you want to do that game? Let's do it.
No, he doesn't. No.
How? In the first 3 games, you know how many GA Havertz has?
2.
4. In 3
4.
games. Yes.
He scored. Right, he scored
twice and assisted twice, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he scored twice. I don't remember him assisting twice.
Wait, let me check. Regardless, his stats are better than Jota. Yeah, sorry, he has 3 GA in 3 games.
Okay.
Jota has 1 goal, 1 assist. Yalla, using your logic, Havertz over Jota. Let's go. Using your logic, not mine.
No, because
But why are you saying based on the season then?
Because there is a difference in what Trossard. I just said, how do you want to do it? My ultimate one would have Trossard on the left because I like to play
so
Trossard.
If I genuinely offer you a trade right now, no
Mhm.
one's listening. Big up the 350 people watching right now, like and subscribe, but no one's listening. You could give them Trossard, give them Diaz, give us Trossard. Will you do it? There you are.
Probably not, no.
Yep.
Because we've got Gakpo. If we didn't have Gakpo, I'd do it. If we didn't have Gakpo, I'd do it, genuinely.
The comparison is Trossard and Diaz. Don't tell me Gakpo.
I prefer the player Trossard is. I can see the argument for
Perfect.
Diaz.
Okay, see, now we're getting somewhere. So my one would be Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Saliba, Calafiori or Timber, Rice, Odegaard, McAllister. Wait, which one's Arsenal again?
Arsenal.
Okay, let me. Right is Liverpool.
Yes.
Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Saliba,
Calafiori,
Timber, Rice, Odegaard, McAllister, Salah, Saka. So now it's 5 and 5.
How are you putting Saka in there? Saka doesn't play on the left.
Saka left wing. Saka left
No.
wing.
But that's not how it works, though. It's position for position.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
position
it is.
for position.
I'm interchanging positions. It's fine. This is football. It's okay.
When fucking Saka played on the
I'm
left.
putting Saka left wing. I'm putting Salah and Saka. And now this comes to the conversation up top.
If you put Havertz above Jota, I have no respect for you.
Based on statistics,
If you put Havertz,
has
I don't
had
believe it.
a good 16 games in a row.
I don't believe it.
But relax, Tom, breathe, brother. But Jota is better. Now the problem is, relax, calm down. The problem is this: Jota's injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
So over a 38-game season,
Mm-hmm.
the issue would really become Jota's fitness.
We are not doing combined 11s that factor in injuries. If that's the case, you're in Timber
Okay,
can't be at
let's
left
do one
back.
with City then. Since you want to do the Arsenal one, do one with City.
City's different. I'd probably say City have a
City's
better
entire
starting 11.
midfield. City's entire midfield. Haaland, their left back. One center. You would probably say Ruben Diaz based on performances.
See, if I was to do City one, it'd be Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk.
Don't be a fraud, please.
I'd go John Stones. I like John
Okay.
Stones. But it's very close to Canard, I will be honest.
Ake left back, don't even try. Or Gvardiol.
Yeah, I'd give Ake at left back.
Their midfield three.
Rodri, KDB, Bernardo.
Yep. Mo,
Salah, Haaland. So even then, it's 6-5. It's close because I'd put Jota on the left over Doku. I do not rate Doku in the slightest. Doku's just a younger Diaz. I don't rate Diaz. But my point is, we're not a million miles away. We're not.
But we need depth, and we need. You know what it is? I've said it before. The only way we can win the league if there's like 100 caveats that happen. Konate doesn't get injured. Jota doesn't get injured. Diaz delivers, or Nunez. One of them delivers this season, and we don't have injuries that ruin.
I'll be honest. The way I break it down, I think the squads are very close. I think that ultimately we have the best attack in the league, depth-wise and quality-wise. In terms of just purely 6 attackers, no one in the league compares with us. City's doesn't compare.
The problem is they have like this force called Erling Haaland.
Yes, they are. So
like again, a different beast, you know.
Again, it's how you break it down. So like, I still stand by. Attack is ours. Midfield is City's. Defense is actually a lot closer than people give credit for. People just like to think it's City or Arsenal, and that's it. I think our defense is up there, one of the best. Hence why we haven't conceded the fucking goal yet.
I think Arsenal already, numbers-wise, even statistically last season, have proven to be the best defense.
Arsenal's system is the best defensively, yes. But yes. I think pound for pound, our defenders could be up there as the best.
The problem is, Tom, and this is the thing that I argued with you in the season.
But this is my point, Husam.
Konate is the closest thing to like starting for them. You were talking about Kwanzaa because you had like an erection for ball playing in the summer, but now you've woken up. You realize that
No, I still stand by exactly what I said. By the way, exactly what I said about Kwanzaa.
Why do you love to be wrong and strong and never admit
because it's not being wrong and strong. My point is, if you're going,
Konate is a level above Kwanzaa, honestly.
And I've never said he isn't.
Yeah, but you're on about this.
There are two different aspects. If you are going up against a team that is going to sit back and invite the pressure,
but we've done both and played Konate, and he's done well against both.
But what teams sat back against us?
Brentford.
Brentford didn't sit back.
Oh, Brentford were so attacking against us. Come on, Tom.
Brentford try and push up on you. They always have done. Hence why we fucking struggled last couple of years against them. They push onto you. They make it uncomfortable. You need Konate's 1v1. Ipswich pushed up on us. Fucking hell, we couldn't get out.
Ipswich pushed up on us in the first half with Kwanzaa and didn't push up with Konate.
No, they tried to push up with Konate, but it didn't work.
Konate dealt with it.
Yes, exactly. So when you're up against a team, you think you're making a point here. When you're up against a team who pushes onto you and puts the pressure onto you, you need Konate.
Okay,
because Konate
against us.
What?
Forest, our next game. Are they going to park the bus?
I think they'll probably play deeper, yes.
Okay, so when Konate plays and he kicks your ass even in that game, what are you going to say? Are you going to say you're wrong or you're going to keep being wrong and strong?
I still stand by what I'll say. Konate smashed it in that game. I still stand by what I said, though.
You fucking shameless little bastard. You're never going to change. You're never going to admit when you're wrong.
Husam, do you want the truth? I'd need more than one game. But
it's been 3. It's 3 clean sheets in a row in which Konate's been the aggressive defender. Konate's been doing all that.
Because you're making a different point that I'm not making. My point is, if you're up against a team that want to put a high press on you, you have to play Konate because no attacker can beat him in a duel. Therefore, their high press is negated and it's pointless. If you're up against a team that sits back in a deep low block and invites pressure on and asks you to break them down, you need Quansah
So
and
that's
his
gonna be
on-the-ball
Forest then,
qualities.
I would assume.
I would think Forest would play closer to that
Okay,
way, yes.
perfect. We'll see in the Forest game. We'll
Yeah.
see in the Forest.
But my point with Quansah was always Quansah has the dribbling and the passing to help you break down low blocks, and you need as many options to break through low blocks as possible.
I've never seen someone want to start a centre back for dribbling. I think the game's gone.
Fucking hell, we started Joe Matip for that for fucking 4 years.
No! Don't you dare disrespect Joel Matip like that. Are you calling him a dribbler? Are you saying he's the Neymar of centre backs? Have some shame.
Yes, he is
That's
the
not
Neymar
why
of
we
centre
started
backs.
Joel. No, we started Matip because he was a world-class defender at his day. Don't do this
Yes.
whole. That's why
Joe,
we started Matip.
Joe Matip was a very
He was
good defender.
on the ball and he was a great
Joe
defender.
Matip was a very good
Fraud.
defender, but Joe Matip was mainly started for his on-the-ball qualities. Hence why when we played in Europe in the 21-22 season, he didn't play in Europe because you needed his on-ball qualities more in the Premier League against teams that would sit deeper. Whereas in Europe, it was more of 1v1 battles. Hence why you put Canate in there to deal
I
with the
understand what you're
attacking
saying.
threat.
Basically, you're saying when we play against Lille, play Quansah, and when we play against Real Madrid, play Konate. That's your point?
Yes. The bigger
Okay, no
teams need
problem.
Canate. The smaller
I would
teams need Quansah.
assume that if I do understand Arne Slot, if I do get what he's trying to do, then he is probably going to start Konate against Forest. And after that game, we will come to the conclusion. Either you're wrong or I'm right.
It's fine. One game doesn't prove, but yes, we'll see after that game. But I still look at it like that.
Okay, and in terms of us winning the league, this is the problem. The caveats are Konate must stay fit. Jota must stay fit. Diaz / Nunes, one of them at least must deliver.
You could afford small injuries to Jota and Konate. If they're out for months on end, then yes, it's a problem.
Yes.
But if you're getting 2-3 weeks, you're all right.
The 3 world-class players need to stay fit. And 2 players that need to stay fit for the whole season if we're going to win the league title that people aren't talking about. McAllister, Gravenberch. Those are the 2 that need to stay fit.
Depends what we do in January with Gravenberch.
Are you going to tell me we're going to buy Zubimendi in January now?
No, I don't think we'll get him in January. I think we'll go for him next year again, but I doubt we get him in January. But it is something that you got to look out for. But for most of the part, I do agree. But the way you suggest it means like McAllister's got to play 30 a game. I don't think he does. I do think there are going to be games where you can afford to play Curtis Jones and put McAllister on the bench, where you can afford to play in Harvey Elliott and put a Soboslai on the bench.
Jones, man. Big 2024. Are you not bored of this, Tom? 2024 Curtis Jones talk. Are you not bored of it, honestly?
Why would I be bored of talking about depth?
Curtis Jones. What happened to Bobby Clark? What happened to Bacetic? What happened to all the youngsters you were wanking off in the summer? What happened?
I mean,
they've all gone.
Bacetic just went on loan, which is what I want them to do.
Suddenly you wanted them to do that. Okay.
What
else?
He wasn't going to play.
So you're going to lie to everyone in the chat who watches you every episode. You're going to lie to their face?
Find me an episode this summer where I said I want to keep Bacetic.
Well, we're not going to go past all the Husam X Tom Littles, but you know the reality, innit?
The reality is the one I wanted to stayed in Tyler Morton.
So you didn't want Bobby Clark to stay? I dare you look in the camera straight and say it right now.
I mean, I wouldn't mind him staying, but I'm not bothered that he's sold.
Such a liar. You know you wanted Clark to stay. Can you just be honest?
No, I didn't. In terms of what, did I want him to stay because he's a good talent? Yes, but did I understand why we sold him? Because he was 9th choice and he wasn't going to get game time? Yes.
I would have rather played Bobby Clark than Curtis Jones.
No, because that's just fucking stupid.
No, that's not. Bobby Clark played last season away at Forest and he genuinely dunked on Nottingham Forest in that game. He was unbelievable.
What was that, the game where we needed a 99th minute winner?
Yes, but that had nothing to do with Bobby Clark because he had a fantastic game.
Again, this is you're using one game. I could pull up one game last season where Curtis Jones was great.
Name it.
West Ham at home. Was that when he scored 2?
You just said a random club, innit? You just said a random club.
No, I thought that West Ham at home because that was when he scored 2 and got man of the match.
When was that?
In the Carabao Cup quarter-final.
Oh my God, you're talking about Carabao Cup. You're so shameless. You're so shameless.
What?
Curtis Jones was good last season in certain points, but I'll be honest with you, in the games that he's played under Slot in the preseason, I don't know if I'm convinced of him. But we have
I
to
think
see.
I think it's just a case of he needs to see.
Yeah, but he cannot play the 6. He cannot play the
No, I don't want
Gravenberch.
him to play the 6 though. That he's not a 6. He's better as the 8. That role that Gravenberch done more of against United, where he's a little bit more
You know, there's
advanced
only
and
one
he
guy
leads
who
the
can do the
press.
Gravenberch thing in the whole team. Only one.
Morton.
No, McAllister. The guy that can replicate exactly what Gravenberch does.
No, but Tyler Morton's his backup, and I trust Tyler Morton to step into certain games.
No, I'm saying if you want to replicate exactly what Gravenberch does, but like
You-
rest Gravenberch for a game, you're gonna have to go McAllister.
You can't though, because I think Gravenberch does it differently because he's because of his build. What?
So with us, so let's get back to us winning the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wanted to explain that logic right there before I go to the super chats. Explain the logic.
And I explained it earlier. We have the quality to win the league, and the manager has fixed the majority of the problems that we had last season in terms of the system. We are a lot less exposed. We're putting ourselves in less 2v2s defensively, but we haven't sacrificed any of the attacking structure for it. We still are just as dangerous in attack. All the while, we actually control games differently. We aren't going manic for 80 minutes and being gassed out. Okay, the last 20 minutes against United was a fucking snooze fest because we just decided to pass it round, kill the game completely. That's different. That's what these top teams that are able to have staying power towards the end of the season do. We're now doing it, but we've got quality that can help us. I don't see... Do I make us favourites to the title? No. But I don't see why it's a mental suggestion to say that if everything goes right... Liverpool
Give me
can win the
percentages.
league.
3 clubs.
I'd say it's City 60, Arsenal 25, Liverpool 15. And I'll be honest,
I'd say
City's is entirely dependent on the fitness of Haaland because they've
I'd
got
say
no one
City
to back him up.
50. I'd say City 50, Arsenal 40, us 10. That's how honestly I view it. Because we need a lot to go for us, Tom. We really need a lot to go like our side. Because now also the question now becomes, so Tom, what happens when other teams figures it out?
In terms of what? The manager?
Ain't Postecoglou syndrome, essentially. What happens
Yes,
when
but we've...
other teams know that
but-
Gravenberch is going to do this, Mo's going to do
Yes.
this, blah, 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 is going to do this. Then
mhm.
what?
You can't compare Slot to Ange because Slot in the first 3 games has already showed a willingness to make changes to his system and to the style.
No, I have to make myself clear. I'm not comparing Slot to Ainge. I'm saying Ainge, when he got figured out, shit the bed. I'm not
Yes,
saying
but-
Slot
yes,
will,
but-
but I'm saying
but-
he has
but-
to change everything.
No, but you don't change everything. You just make subtle adjustments. And Postecoglou has made 0 adjustments. That is why you can beat Tottenham, because there's a blueprint and this fucking system hasn't changed. Arne Slot in the first 3 games has done something different in every game. Every game he's done something different.
Name it.
Ipswich, he started with Quanta and brought on Canate to push the
That's a
line.
substitution. That's not a tactical difference, but go ahead.
But it was a tactical difference because we were able to go higher and push them away.
Konate won his duels.
And because Canate came on, it allowed Robertson to go. No, hold on. Because Canate came on, it allowed Robertson to go be a left back rather than this left centre back thing, which he's not good at. He was allowed to push up the pitch and be a left back, which allowed us to further push them in. Second game, that was the Trent game, where he basically just told Trent, I know against Ipswich I asked you to stay wider a lot. You had moments where you came inside. This one, I want you to just do whatever you want. The moment we get into their half, drift into wherever, find the pockets, because you'll drag people with you. And against United, he's in the first couple of games, it was Gravenberch who was notably the deeper guy, and McAllister and Szoboszlai. Against United, Szoboszlai went over to the left. Gravenberch basically got given the entire right-hand side of the pitch, and McAllister was the deepest sitter because he needed Gravenberch's reading of the game and his physicality to deal with. So United try and play out towards the right with Mazraoui and that. Szoboszlai there cut that off. Gravenberch was there leading the press when Casemiro played, or Lisandro Martinez tried to play a hospital ball into Mainu. All little subtle adjustments that Slot has made, which haven't changed the shape of the system, haven't done this, that, or the other necessarily, but they've been the key difference in winning us the game. This is why
Why
I
aren't
don't
you talking
think
about Mo Salah anymore? You leave a comment on every single one of mine and Tom Little's videos. You guys keep defending Mo. Why are you not talking anymore, huh? He silenced you and all the haters. He silenced the fuck out of all of you. 6 GA in 3 games. Sit on the fucking floor. Anyway, I agree with you. Slot has adjusted tactically. I just wanted you to name it because I knew you would. I thought you'd bottle it, to be honest with you, but you did prove me wrong. But he did tactically change in all 3 games. So in terms of system and tactics, I'm not worried because Slot is a tactician. I don't think we will have the Ainge syndrome.
I love the fact that he sits there in the post-match interview and basically goes, "Yeah, this was how I done it. I did just batter United, and this is exactly how I done it." So if anyone else wants to do it, just copy what I did. It's fucking funny.
The reason why we can't win the league is depth and injuries. That's the only reason why we can't win the league. People need to understand something. This team is the same exact team that is going to now play 8 Champions League group fixtures. We're about to start a really tough run. And by the way, I just want the people to know something. For the next month, this is going to happen, you guys. For the next month, I promise you right now here, I'm announcing it on Husam X Tom Little. We will not lose a single game in September. We're beating Forest, we're beating Milan, we're beating Bournemouth, we're beating West Ham, we're beating Wolves, and we're beating Bologna. We're going to keep winning until we get to that difficult run. Leipzig away, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Leverkusen, Aston Villa, and then we play Southampton. Forget that one. Real Madrid, Man City. Those are going to be 7 out of 8 fixtures in a 1-month period. Those fixtures in a month period time, one injury fucks up the whole team. And this is exactly why I don't like 100% it does. That's exactly why I don't want to be
necessarily
reactionary. I don't want us to be reactionary. Listen, you guys can be all happy as much as you want. I'm very happy we won 3 games in 3 clean sheets. Slot is adjusting tactically. Players who were shit last season are playing well. I'm very happy with that, 100%. But at the same time, I recognize that this football club will go through extremely difficult runs in the Champions League and the Premier League. And the reality of football is, injuries will happen. Whether me and Tom want it, to not happen, whatever, it's just not going to happen. There will be injuries. And the truth of the matter is, this is just the reality of football. Other teams have better depth than us that we are competing with. Now in the Champions League, to be honest with you, obviously we are a good team in the Champions League. I'd put Real Madrid above us. I'd put Man City above us. Well, who else would you put above us in the Champions League? I'd go Real Madrid, Man City. In the UCL, I think it's fair to just put those 2 above us, and to a slight extent Bayern only. Other than that, I wouldn't fear anyone.
I'd have us third.
League. Yeah, third, fourth.
I think we sit on a similar level to Bayern.
Yeah, I agree with you. Third, fourth with us. So for me, Madrid and Man City are above us in terms of that.
You know what, Sam? The more I think about it, I don't even think Arsenal have better depth on us.
Yeah, but we disagree on starting 11. And Arsenal's style is basically Simeone 2.0. By the way, people think Arteta's copying Pep. He's not. He's copying Simeone. It's so obvious.
The whole point is, I look at Arsenal squad. I could argue, well, I do argue with a bit of bias that we've got a better squad than them. Better starting 11, better squad. I think City's...
For me, Arsenal have the better starting 11. Squad, they have better depth in defense. 100%. There's no need to even argue.
Who's their backup right back?
Timber.
But he's a starting left back. He can't be the starter in one position, the backup in another.
That's what Joe Gomez is for us.
Oh yeah, Joe Gomez, the regular starter for us.
No, backup. We're saying backups.
Yes, but you said Jordan.
Yeah, but that's going on the fact that I would assume Calafiori eventually becomes the starter.
Right. Okay. So left back, why defensively, centre back.
So they've got. You know what? Why are we speculating? Let's just go Arsenal last game. Okay, so Arsenal's last game was against Brighton, where they drew 1-1. Okay, let's just go to their. So they've got obviously Raya and Neto. Then they've got White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Calafiori, Kiwior, Zinchenko. All 3 solid.
Midfield, and Tomiyasu as well.
Yeah, Tomiyasu.
So if I was to do this then, so looking at that, I think our backup keeper is better than their backup keeper. I think Kelleher's better than Neto.
Yes, agreed.
I think Tsimikas is better than Zinchenko, and that's tough for me to say because I don't even like Tsimikas. But he's better. Zinchenko is shit. Zinchenko is utter dog shit.
Zinchenko on an argument anyway, so you can have that.
Kiwior and Timber at centre back compared to Gomez and Quansah, I'd say that's 1-1. I'd say
they have better centre backup because they could play Tomiyasu there as well.
No, but Tomiyasu's at right back.
Okay, their backup right back is better than ours.
Yeah, I'd say Tomiyasu's better than Bradley, just.
Yes. Okay.
And then centre back wise, I'd say it's one each. I'd say either Gomez or Quansah are better than Kivior. And Timber gets in alongside them.
I think Kivior was really good last season.
And Joe Gomez was really good last season.
That is true. I agree with you. The only one thing that I think
Quansah
fucks
was
up
really
Joe
good
Gomez...
last season.
No, but hear me out. The one thing that I think fucks up Joe Gomez this season is the fact that we wanted him gone. I think that might play
That doesn't fuck up his quality. He
No,
wanted
he is still quality.
he
I'm
just wanted
saying
to
that
go
might
play
fuck up
first
his
team
play.
football. We didn't want him to go. Hence why he's still here.
Okay, fair enough. Midfield.
Their backups are... So I'm just going by...
Their starters are better than ours. Let's establish that first.
Yeah, they
Second
went
of all,
2-1 on that. So
we've got Jorginho and Moreno.
Right, yep. And
their third option is a kid. I think it's Wanieri. So forget the Wanieri. So it's Moreno and Jorginho.
2-1 again. Because our one is... It is?
Not 2-1. It's 2-1 starters. And...
No, it's 2-1 to the bench as well. Because I'd take Moreno and Jorginho over Endo and Jones.
Okay.
And then Elliot gets in over Nwaneri.
Yes, correct. Forward line depth, we have a better depth. Easily. No need to even argue.
Right wing is... Who even is their right winger backup?
Who is our right wing backup? Because you can't mention Elliot in the 10 and in the right wing.
Chiesa.
Okay, fair enough. Chiesa. Left wing,
wing
Trossard is better than whoever we have.
No, but Trossard's starting.
Okay, no problem. Martinez
And I have Gakpo. I rate Gakpo. So
I think Martinez is better than Gakpo, I'll be honest with you.
I put Gakpo there, unfortunately, so we'll disagree on that one. And then striker-wise, you will never see me put Jesus in a combined 11. I hate Jesus, so Nunez goes up front.
I hate Jesus, but that doesn't mean he's not better than Nunez. Let's not
Nunez goes up front.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus is definitely better than Nunez, please.
I would genuinely put our backup attack above them.
Raheem Sterling or Cody Gakpo?
Cody Gakpo.
Okay, you're just being biased now.
No, I'm not.
Having an honest conversation.
Raheem Sterling of 3 years ago, 100%.
Okay, you know what? Let's do the same for Man City now, because it's not just Arsenal we're fighting for the league. Man City against West Ham. Okay. Their defensive options are Kyle Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Gvardiol, Stones, Rico Lewis, Ake. That's their like 6 or 7 right there. Do we even need to argue, or are we just gonna be honest people and just go like, you know what?
I'm trying to figure out. So
Ortega's better than Kelleher as well.
Yeah. So if they're starting Rico Lewis,
better than Bradley.
I'm going by who they're starting. So they're starting Rico Lewis, Akanji, Diaz, and Ake.
Currently, the 2 starters are Akanji and Diaz.
Okay, so their backups would be Gvardiol at left back. He's better than Tsimikas. Stones.
No, you have it all mixed up. The starter is Gvardiol.
Okay, so but Ake was starting earlier.
No, Ake was on the bench against West Ham, Tom. Their starting centre-back partnership currently is Akanji and Ruben Diaz.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going by what I think. Their best defense is Rico Lewis. Well, to be honest, it's Akanji, Stones, Diaz, Ake. That's their best defense. So if I knock all them off, you're looking at Gvardiol, who's better than Tsimikas. Walker's better than Bradley, although that is I don't rate Kyle Walker at the minute. Rico Lewis. I mean, I'll probably put Rico Lewis in over Akanji then, and Akanji's better than... Yeah, I'll give City the defense. Yeah.
Yeah, all 4, by the way.
Well, it's 5, isn't it? So we might get one by virtue of they simply don't have enough depth.
And they get the goalkeeper as well. Ortega's better than Kelleher. Midfield.
So they get 4, and then we get 1 because they don't have...
Here, Tom. So their starting midfield is Rodri. I'd assume their best midfield is
Rodri, Bernardo, KDB.
Gundogan. Not Gundogan?
I think Gundogan's spending the season as the backup for Rodri.
Okay, no problem. So Gundogan is better than whoever we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Kovacic is better than whoever we have. Don't even try and deny that shit right there, because he's been playing unbelievable for the last year. And then their last option, I'd assume, is probably like a Matthias Nunes or a McAtee or something like that.
Yeah, Elliot's better than them.
Okay, no problem. Forward line.
Who's their backup left winger?
Backup left winger, Doku, Grealish. Whichever way you want to go.
Gakpo's better than both of them.
Okay. Forward line.
Right winger.
They don't have a backup striker to begin with.
So Nunes gets in on a technicality because they literally don't have a backup striker.
Backup right winger. is one of
If-
the other two as well.
So if we're saying that it's Grealish on the
I
left,
think we have a better. So basically, we have a better forward line depth. They have a better midfield and better midfield depth, better defense and better defense depth, and better goalkeeper depth. So that's 3 right there. 3 positions out of the 4.
but I've always said City are better than us in terms of squad depth. It was Arsenal that was my difference, and I think we've got a
But
better
anyway,
squad.
even if we do beat, even if we are better than Arsenal in the world that you exist in, that does not mean that we are better than City, because we have to
It
beat City
doesn't.
for the league.
And I agree,
Yeah.
which is why I said in an ideal world we could win the league.
But okay, see, now you've changed your statement.
I never said we will win the league. I said we could win the league.
Okay, we could but I agree with the could. So it's just percentages we disagree on. Minus 10%, yours 15%. So are we really fighting over 5% here?
Basically,
My
yeah.
logic is only for us to win the league. There is a world in which you can win the league, but Arsenal need to fall off. City need to fall off. And when I say fall off, by the way, just so everyone in the chat understands, and Tom, I'm not saying fall off by 30 points. I'm saying fall off even like by 10 points. That's it. Just fall off by 10 points. And we need our main players to be fit the whole season, essentially.
Do you think we will improve on our points total from last season?
How many points did we finish on last season?
I think we got 82.
I think it would be way too close to 82 for me to call it an improvement. Like it'll be like 85, 84.
But it would still be an improvement.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, yeah.
So if we got 85 points this season,
would that be enough to win the league? You see? That's the
you
question.
would need Arsenal to drop 4 points more than they did last season.
Less, you mean?
No, they'd need to drop more points.
Oh, drop more points. Okay.
So Arsenal would need to drop 5 more points.
Okay.
City would need
And
to drop
City?
7 more points.
7 more points. Yep.
That was if we got 85. I think we could get close to 90 in an ideal world. If
No, but
we're able
you're
to keep
moving-
Canate
you're
fit.
moving, like it's just Tom, we cannot give for us the best possible scenario and then for everyone else the worst possible scenario.
I'm not. I haven't even spoke about the others. I just said I think we can get close to 90 points.
Yeah, but 82, you could consider 82 close to 90 as well. Like it's not that far off. To be
8
honest.
points is not close.
Okay, so what's close to you then? 5 points?
Close to 90 points is within 3 points.
Okay. The only difference between us and City is City could afford more injuries than us and still win the league, as they've proven before. KDB, they haven't played with Rodri. Foden hasn't even started the first 3 games. Win. So
yeah. Again, each of our teams have issues depth-wise when it comes to certain pieces.
I think as soon as injuries hit and we get that tough run, Liverpool finish 3rd.
But there's no guarantee. There is no guarantees that the injuries.
There are no guarantees on anything I'm or you're saying. We're simply predicting. If you want to go based on what I want us to win the league. Do I predict us to win the league? No. I'm going for Arsenal to win the league, City to finish second, us third.
No, but I feel like you don't rate our depth as well as I do.
No, I don't.
And I feel like that's the big difference. I think
and the
Curtis Jones
exercise
could
me and you
come in
just
10
did in
games.
terms of comparing to Arsenal and City shows that low-key they do have better depth than us.
Arsenal don't have
Except
better
forward
depth,
line, which I've agreed with you, best forward line in the league.
but Arsenal don't have better depth though.
We just did that together.
We established that we have better depth than Arsenal. Yes,
They've got better midfield depth, better defensive depth. We've got the
they
better.
don't have better defensive depth.
Yeah, we just did it.
No, we did. Are you forgetting what we done with Arsenal? We got the goalkeeper, we got the left back, we got one of the centre backs. That's 3. They got another centre back and they got a right back. That's 2. So we had better defensive depth. We had worse midfield depth. We had better attacking depth.
Okay, so it's similar, you can say.
I just think if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be worried about the amount of football that certain people have played in the past 2-3 years. They've got a backup for Saka now and Sterling. How much Arteta's going to actually use him? I don't know. He should use him more because Saka needs rest. He's played fucking pretty much every single game possible in the past 3 years. It will add up eventually. I feel like Declan Rice is another one who they've got to look out for. I feel like this North London derby is going to be really interesting to see how they play without him. Because I think Partey's really struggled when he's not been on the pitch because Partey has no legs anymore. So I do wonder, are they going to play Jorginho or is Kai Havertz going to be dropped in and then Jesus up front? You start to look at that Arsenal squad and all of a sudden, in the same way that if you took Jota out of our team, it looks ropey. If you take fucking Havertz out of their team, it's ropey. If you take Rice out of their team, it's ropey. If you take Gabriel out of their team, it's ropey.
I'm glad we signed Chiesa because it minimizes the chances of us seeing Nunes play for this team. But I'm genuinely worried about the midfield and stuff like that. That's what really worries me because Gravenberch, McAllister, you cannot replace that. I'm not trying to go to the Bernabeu with Tyler Morton. Anyway, let me read a couple of these.
You don't want to go to the Etihad or the Bernabeu with a Morton Jones midfield. But if I've got to play Girona at home with a Morton Jones midfield, I can do it.
Like, I don't care about Lille.
But that's great. Why would we be playing Jones and Morton away at the Etihad?
Injuries. That's why.
But if we're going to use our rotation,
you need to understand, City and Madrid are at the end of that run, not the start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if we were playing Forest and then a week later City and Madrid, I'd be like, okay, we have the fit team at least. But now we don't have. I don't think we'll have the full.
Why do you not think our squad could handle a month of? But bearing in mind, in that run, you said Leipzig. I haven't properly looked at it. Let me have a look at that one.
Which month are you talking about? The next month? I said next month would be fine. I'm saying I'm the month after that.
Where does the run start? Where does the run start for you?
The run starts from Leipzig away, October 23rd. That's what the run starts.
So
and actually, sorry, Chelsea. If you want to count, we can count Chelsea at home, October 20th.
So Chelsea at home, you could get away with playing some of the rotation pieces.
Okay.
So you could play Gakpo instead of Diaz. You could play
no problem
Bradley. If it came down to it and you really needed to rest him, you could play Bradley instead of Trent and trust that you wouldn't see a major fall off. You could play Tsimikas instead of Robertson. You could arguably, with a bit of luck and he's not a brain dead moron, you could play Nunes instead of Jota and still sort of manage to get a win in that game.
Okay.
Leipzig away. You'd want more of the first teamers there. That's probably a game where you want the majority first team.
Arsenal away, the entire first team.
Yeah. Brighton at home.
Brighton at home, also the entire first team.
You don't need the entire first team for that one. You can have a bit of rotation there.
Leverkusen at home. Are you also going to say rotation?
Not entire rotation, but you can afford one. Because the thing you've got to understand about the Champions League group this time, Husam, is we could affect it. If you win 6 out of your 8 games, you're on what? 18 points?
18, yeah, you're through, basically.
18 could get you that top 8 spot. So you could effectively throw away your biggest games against Madrid and Leverkusen and not need to win those.
Tom, you're doing ifs and ifs. We're saying ifs aside. No, I'm saying if you're Tom Little, who are the teams you're starting 11 against? If you're telling me Brighton, who have started the season smashing it and have spent 180 million in transfers rebuilding their whole team, you're not going to start your starters. You're just being disingenuous. Forget all the ifs.
Not being disingenuous.
I'm looking at that run. Okay, Leipzig mostly starters, Arsenal all starters, Brighton starters, Leverkusen starters, Aston Villa starters, Southampton now you rest players, Madrid starters, City starters.
Hold on. You do realize that there is a break in between Aston Villa and Southampton, don't you?
Yeah, yes. I'm just talking about the football run, Tom. So Southampton rest, Madrid starters, Man City starters, Newcastle away starters, Everton away starters. That run right there is where hell, like it's gonna be hell till December 7th.
I think our squad could manage
early December, all hell.
I think our squad could manage it. I don't worry necessarily about it.
You think me? I know. That's the difference. You can think all you want. Me, I know. I don't think.
You're gonna say you know.
Everyone's giddy right now because we won 3-3, but everyone need to get their shit together. Stop being giddy and actually realize and wake up and smell the fucking coffee. As soon as injuries hit the steam, as soon as there's fixtures piling on, as soon as all this shit happens, please don't exist in a fucking stupid world where you think we're gonna win every single game, we're gonna be incredible, no one's gonna stop us. It's just not. That's just not fucking football. The reality of football is there will be injuries. Where we come down. And what if injuries happen before the Madrid game? What if injuries happen before the City game? What? I'm gonna go start Endo away at Real Madrid to get eaten alive by too many Bellingham and Camavinga. He'll get fucking destroyed. So let's
in
not
the same
even go
breath,
there.
though, I watched Endo last season putting some very good performances against some of the best DMs in the world.
You know what happens if Tchouaméni and Camavinga get injured? They play Valverde and Modric. Modric, who's 40, is better than all our midfielders right now. So where do we go from here?
Again, you are being so... You're looking at it very narrow-mindedly. I'm trying to look at everything that we've got. So I'm trying to look at all the aspects that we brought in. When you look at everything that has been said about Slot's coaching team and the way he's managed the first 3 games, he is very focused on load management and ensuring that players aren't playing too much football. That can only be a good thing for injuries. Now, there are certain players who are just more injury prone who you have to manage closer. But do I think if in that run we had to play Quansah for 3 games, could we manage it? Yes. Do I think Van Dijk and Quansah could hold the fort down against Brighton, Leverkusen, Villa and Southampton? Yes. I think we could get through all them games with Quansah playing. I think we could get through all them games with one of Nunes, Chiesa or Gakpo in the front 3 instead of the Jota. The worries come. I think you could get through a lot of them games with Harvey Elliott as your 10. Would it be perfect? No. But you can get through it. This is the thing that you've got to understand. We have brought in... We have had a complete culture change based on the way that we've played. Do you think if we were 3-0 up against United under Jurgen Klopp, we would have taken off Trent? We wouldn't have. Do you think we would have taken off half the plays that we did? No. It's extra minutes. Trent has been subbed off in every single game. So he's getting his load managed really well. He's not playing too much football. So you don't have to worry necessarily about Trent suddenly getting injured through a muscle injury. Now, contact injuries and impact injuries, you can't account for. I have no idea what's going to go on there. But I can say that the way we have managed the first 3 games is very focused on ensuring that players don't overexert themselves and don't run themselves into the ground with injuries and with muscle fatigue, which is only helpful when you have to pull it all together for a run like that. Because all that excess energy and all that excess thing that you've saved, you can now use it then. And I'm not saying you'll be 3-0 up every single game. But in the games that you are...
We definitely won't be that.
But in the games that you are, you can use the depth. And in the certain games, like I said, it comes down to the fact that you don't rate the depth as highly as I do. And we won't agree on that. And that's just how it'll be. I think our depth could hold down the fort in a lot of games. Not a fully rotated team, but when are the odds that you're playing a fully rotated team?
We will see. We will see. Let me do a couple of these supersets before we carry on the conversation. This has been an interesting conversation, to say the least. Big up to all of you guys. I'm 1 subscriber away from 35.4K. Go subscribe with your mom's phone, your dad's phone. Go find the phone to subscribe us so we can hit it live with Tom Little. Let me do a couple of these super chats. Big up to Frankie, who says, I always enjoy how Husam's face goes from smiling and agreeing with Tom to complete bewilderment in a split second. Never change, Tom. You know, Tom is actually the Scouse version of Albert, Uncle Albert, the infamous. Very reactionary, very living in the moment, never has vision. And you know, the one thing about Tom is I love this about Tom. He'd say all this right now, and then when it goes to the shits, he'll just come here and start agreeing with everything I say and act like he's been saying this all along. I'm like, no, you haven't been saying this all along, Habibi. Like, you know,
when do I do that? We have not agreed.
So for 2 seasons in a row, we haven't agreed in the summers or at the start of the seasons. And then at the end of the season in March, see, even Tyler is saying facts. He's been watching the channel the longest out of everyone in the chat. And then in March, April, and May, you come here and you act like you've been saying this for the whole year. Like, I've said Diaz and Nunes are crap. So why didn't you lose your mind that we didn't sign the forward in last January then? Go on.
Because I didn't think we needed one.
Oh, didn't think we needed one. There you are. Didn't think we needed one. If we had Jean-Philippe Mateta instead of that fucking idiot up top, we'd have been league champions. Are you aware of this? I hope you are aware of this. Do you actually realize that if we had Mateta instead of that guy, La Resiliencia, we would have been top of the league. We would have won the league. We'd have been league champions. Exited the Klopp thing in style.
But again, that's not necessarily down just to the players. I do think part of that is down to the manager.
It is what it is, Frankie. Listen, Husam X Tom Little will be happening, inshallah, in October and November. I want to see his reactions then about how amazing our depth is. Big up to Mito, who says, random question, but I need to know. Suarez 13-14 or Salah 17-18? Who do you think had the better season? Tom?
Suarez 13-14 is the greatest individual season I've ever seen from a Liverpool player. The stuff he was doing, I've never seen again, and I will never see again. That man nearly dragged a dog shit Liverpool team that should have finished like 6th to a title. Salah 17-18 was very, very good, but it wasn't better than Suarez 13-14.
The crazy bit is I don't even think Salah 17-18 was his best season.
That's not his best season. 21-22 is his best season.
Yep. Quadruple charge Salah was the best season for me. That first 6
To be honest,
months he was doing-
I think you could be onto something like that this season with him because he just looks so sharp at the minute.
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, I'd say Suarez 13-14. Like, that was...
That's the greatest individual season I've ever
single-handedly
seen.
almost led us to a league title. You get me? So, yeah. Almost by himself. So, yeah. Big up to Tom, who said, to Nitpal says, Tom, don't jinx it. And then Nitpal says, I think what we need to consider while doing combined 11 with Shad's FC is who has more winners in their team. One has won all and others F all. But here's the thing, Nitpal, this is just like kind of like... how can I say this? This is just playground talk. This is not real life talk. You know, like real life, bro. It's not about who has winners in their team or whatever it is, because that all really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You know, like I look at us currently. I don't think we've improved our squad. I don't think our depth has gotten better. The only place we've gotten better depth now is with Chiesa. Other than that, we don't really have better depth because we haven't fucking signed anyone. So. Yeah, this is just the truth of the matter, Nitpal. I think we'll finish 3rd, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope we finish 1st. Ed, I don't even know how I can read this.
What
to be
the
honest.
fuck?
Yeah, I'm just going to put this up on the screen, Ed, as I speak into this microphone for the next 10 seconds, just out of respect for the fact that you spent $5. But what I will not do is read this out loud right here. But big up. Salah isn't in Ballon d'Or 30, by the way. It's a disgrace. I agree with you. It is 100% a disgrace. He definitely should be.
That's not even the worst one, in my opinion. Like, it's bad, but it's not the worst one. How the fuck's Alisson not been nominated for goalkeeper of the year?
Hakan Çalhanoğlu is on the top 30 Ballon d'Or list. I think I might slap.
I don't even. There's a fucking random goalkeeper in the Yashin Award. I don't even know who he is.
Who?
Let me find his name.
Find it. Find it.
Bear in mind, Mamardashvili got nominated for it, by the way. And Alisson didn't.
That's our keeper now, so they can't say shit. Hey. If Gabriel or Saliba get injured, they're finito. Done, is what Jack says. Yeah, and if Van Dijk or Konate gets injured, we're also finito. So if Van Dijk and Trent get injured, we're finito. If Alisson get injured, we're finito. If Salah get injured, we're finito. So let's handshake on finito. This is my brother Jack.
Right, I found the nominees. So you got Diogo Costa from Portugal, Donnarumma from Italy, Kobel from Switzerland, Jan Sommer from Switzerland, Lunin from Ukraine, Magnan from France, Mamardashvili from Georgia, Unai Simon from Spain, and the guy that I don't know is a guy called Ronwen Williams, who plays for South Africa.
Are you disrespecting South African football while you're wearing a Pirates jersey? Take that.
I don't think it's disrespectful to say that I don't think a South African goalkeeper's been better than Alisson this year.
This is true. Big up to you, Jack. Big up to Jack again, who says Arsenal haven't crossed 90 points over hyped team. I hear it, to be honest with you, Jack, but I think
you can't expect to beat City if you're not hitting over 90 points. You can't. Simple. Is there anything new in that, or did you just decide to play it again?
No, I just wanted to play it again because I can. Big up to you, Jack. Big up, Jackie lad. Arsenal will have many draws because of that haram ball they play. Yeah, but we play as well as a bit haram ball, and we're not looking at draws, you know. So like, we're a bit more defensive right now. That doesn't mean that we're gonna get draws just because we play
Yeah,
a bit
but
more
there's a difference between defensive and 4 centre backs, 2 DMs.
Aaron calling you the rascal. Sign Mason Mount is wild. Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know about these things. Klopp would have had Mans going for more goals in the 85th and wouldn't have kept a clean sheet. Big up Darwin is what selection says. The same guy that wants Mo Salah sold and thinks Klopp was a shit manager. And props up Luis Diaz is bigging up Darwin Nunez. It makes no sense. It genuinely makes no sense. If I were to pick your brains, it will take 10 seconds because you ain't got none selection. But we love you regardless. Big up. Don't disrespect Ron when generational AFCON run. Oh yeah, there was AFCON. Where did South Africa finish? Semis, I swear.
That doesn't mean that he should be nominated for best goalkeeper of the year. Where's
Do I
Pickford
still have
then?
thumbs, don't
Pickford
go
was the
anywhere?
goalkeeper to get them to the final.
Yeah, I still
Don't want
have
him
this.
anywhere near there.
One? You mean this one?
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. You must be out of your mind. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
That's the don't go anywhere version. Two different ones, to be honest with you. So, which one do you like more? I like the first one more.
First one had more effort put in.
Yes. Big up. First one was made by RSM. Big up Roberto. Big up to you, Benito, man. Listen, big up Benito, Denzel, Selection, Lit Vibes, Jack, Toka, Ed, Nilat Palmito, Ashraf, Frankie, Liam, Matthew. Big up to all the super chatters. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Let's get to 150 likes ASAP. And let's get to 35.4k subscribers as we're live, Habibs. We're 1 subscriber away. So, ladies and gentlemen, next topic, obviously, is the people upstairs. Though. We've got to address it once for all. We have to talk about it. This is the villains of the story, if you get what I'm saying. These are the villains of the story. Richard Hughes, FSG, Michael Edwards. Tell me, Tom, talk to me. What do you say?
They let the manager down. They let the manager down in terms of sticking by what they believe, which is you get first choice or you don't get anyone. That's sound when you have a quality option in that position already, and you're not having to try and force Gravenberch to suddenly learn the role on the job. Now, just because Gravenberch has done well doesn't exonerate them from blame. You need to look at the situation as a whole. We didn't need many positions. I didn't agree with people saying we needed 5 signings. You needed a DM was the only position that you needed without selling anyone. That was the only real hole in the squad. Adding Chiesa is good. It doesn't exonerate them now. And if we were to achieve anything good this season, it would be in spite of the ownership and the transfer committee rather than because of them. You are putting a lot of faith in Arne Slot, development skills of Gravenberch, and the faith in players who, I mean, Endo's not really going to play much, so you don't even have a DM there to back up him, bar Tyler Morton. Like it just seems like you've left that position really exposed. And look, Gravenberch has done well. He's not the long-term solution. He can't be the long-term solution. And I do feel for Slot that he didn't get everything that he wanted this summer. And when it comes round to the next transfer window, they've got to make up for that now. Have to, because we can't go into another season with just Gravenberch as a DM option. The issue I have with it is you've named a DM as your top target for the last 3 windows, and you haven't got one. So you can't tell me it's still not a problem. Look, great. And we sold very well this summer.
We have a
And
positive.
there's no. Yeah, you can credit how well we sold. We did sell very well. Getting the money that you got for Van den Berg and Carvalho, sold well. But there's still that hole in the squad, and it hasn't been addressed. And
The
big
reason
concern
why
for
I don't
me is
think
the
we can win the
contracts.
league related to the last part is literally this. I just wish we actually signed the DM and actually signed the fucking positions that we need, so I can say that we can win the league. I just don't believe it enough, man. I just think the
thing is,
others need to fall off and shit.
the only position that we really need and really
Is DM.
needed is DM. Left back, he seems quite content with, even though I think that there are better options out there. He seems fine with Tsimikas and Robertson. Centre back, he seems fine with the options that we've got. Maybe you could have done with Adam one more, but it's a hard sell at the minute, trying to convince anyone to come in. Maybe you could just give Matip a contract again, because he's still not got a club. Attacker, you got an attacker, which is sound. I didn't necessarily think you needed to buy an attacker, but you got one which is sound.
We bought players in the two positions we didn't need at all.
We did, but then that doesn't not make them good purchases. I mean, Chiesa for 10 million is a really good buy. Mamadashvili,
Depends how he plays.
There's minimal risk attached to it with Chiesa. That's why I'm not too. If it was like 30 mil, there'd be more risk, but it's fucking 10 mil. He's a third of what we sold Carvalho for. I'm not really that arsed if he takes a little time to get going. But yeah, you can't. That's not the only gripe. The contract situation. Oh my god.
Yeah, talk about that, brother.
How have we let it get to this point? I need to see at least one of them signed on by the end of this international break. We cannot allow our three best players to enter the last 6 months of their deal. We can't. You have to do everything. You have to pay the money. You have to. If Salah wants a 3-year deal, why are we hung up about a 3-year deal? Where's the sign of decline? You'd see a sign of decline by now. And it's not
what
like
do you think of what Mo said after the Man United game, where he publicly came out and said the club haven't offered me a contract? That's
putting the ball in their hands. Ball's in their court now. They got to make the move, and hopefully they do. Look, Salah wants to stay. I don't know why, but that man has genuine fucking love for this football club. He genuinely loves Liverpool. That's a very rare commodity. You don't just let that go for free, especially when he's as good as he is. Especially when he's as good as he is, you don't let that go for free. Van Dijk, I think, has a love for the football club. Maybe not as deep as Salah's, but Van Dijk has a love for the football club. So why is the waiting on the contract there? Trent is a scouser. Why is the waiting on the contract there? Trent's a little bit different because of the club that are in for him and are snooping around. That's
I think Mo could start for Madrid. No exaggeration.
Mo could, but I don't think they'd buy him.
If he was on a free, they would.
I don't think they would.
You get Mo on the right, which is what they need because everyone's drifting towards the left. You got Vinicius on the left and Mbappe down the middle. That'll be the best front line since Ronaldo, Bale, and Benzema.
It would, but I just don't think they'd go for Salah. The thing is, with Salah especially, even if he was to start declining, fucking Saudi Arabia are there. So if you had to sell him because he wasn't performing well, which I don't think is going to happen, but he suddenly fell off a cliff and couldn't perform, just sell him Saudi. There you go, problem solved.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I just don't see why we haven't
understand something. The Saudi thing will be on the table even if he's like 38. That's never going to go away, ever. Like in terms of that deal will always be on the table. He could be 38, he could be 40 years old, and they still want him. That's the thing.
It needs to be sorted quickly. It's not a good situation to have all your key players getting to this point. And even for the club, if they want to do like financial terms, if Salah keeps performing this well, he's just going to ask for more money, which he has every right to do. So you want to try and get a box off quicker?
Yeah. I think you're talking about next summer already. You don't understand that if Mo leaves, I think the others will leave too. I don't think he's like the leader of them or like he makes their decision for them. But I think if he stays, they're more likely to stay. And if he leaves, they're more likely to leave type thing. That's generally what I think.
It'll be interesting to see. Look, Salah wants to stay. That's the only thing I know for sure. Salah definitely.
By the way, it's September, 3 months, and they can sign pre-contracts with other football clubs. 3 months.
It's 4 months technically.
Are we? Is that what we're doing now today, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're doing? You're just like you're
Yes,
doing this
because
for the
yes,
sake of-
because 3 months would take them to December. They're not allowed to sign a contract till January.
I know. I'm saying September to October, October to November, November to December, December to January. Happy now? 4 months. Ooh. But in 4 months they can sell. That's what I'm saying, Zir. That's the thing I always try to explain to them. They just don't get it. They just don't understand it, bro. Every single time I say, guys, he could be 38 and the move to Saudi will still be there. Like people think it will just fade away. It won't fade away. It will always be there. Zir is spitting right now. Look at this guy right here. Look at this. FSG are great. With half the net spend of other top 6 clubs, we have been the only club consistently challenging City for the past 8 years. And you know what it is? Chiesa LFC. 15 years from now, no one is going to remember who the fuck challenged who. 15 years from now, you know what they're going to be talking about? This right there. You see these medals? That's all people are going to be talking about. People are going to be saying City won 4 in a row, City won 5 in a row. No one gives a fuck who finished second. No one cares who finished second. And guess what? Rafa Benitez's interview on the overlap did not teach you anything, Chiesa LFC. It did not teach any of you fucking mutants a single thing. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you supporting the channel, but this is the problem with your mindset. Benitez tried to explain it to you. This is the problem with you guys' brains. Benitez said, it's not about what you spend that year. It's about investments from the past. Rodri is an investment from the past. Kevin De Bruyne is an investment from the past. Haaland is an investment from the past.
That was not Benitez. That was Mourinho.
No, I'm talking about what Benitez said on the overlap. All of these
No,
investments are
No, but that
from the
whole that investments from the past thing is a Mourinho press conference.
I know, but I'm talking about what Benitez said, because Benitez's point was, yes, they were challenging, but it was never about only what you purchased that summer. It was what you had from before as well. Meaning, Chelsea were winning the league because Chelsea would have Essien, Lampard, Drogba, and then go sign Arjen Robben, and then go sign these players. That's why they ended up winning league titles. The difference with us is we have Mo, we have Van Dijk, we have Trent, we have Alisson. These 4 world-class players who are the best in the positions in the world only have 1 league title in 9 years because of mentalities like this, because of things like this. People saying FSG are great because of us making profit. Chiesa LFC, are you an accountant or are you a Liverpool fan? Do you want Liverpool to win? As a matter of fact, change your name from Chiesa LFC, because Chiesa is a signing. Mo Salah is a signing. Van Dijk is a signing. Alisson is a signing. Konate is a signing. Gravenberch is a signing. McAllister is a signing. Diaz is a signing. Chiesa is a signing. Why are you celebrating a signing since we didn't need any? Don't sell it. Don't become an accountant. You need to go back to being a Liverpool fan and wanting your club to win. Stop falling for the PR bullshit that we don't have money. We have money. We're swimming in money. We just refuse to spend it because we're just absolutely clueless. I said from the beginning, let them cook in August. They haven't cooked in August. Salmonella is what they cooked in August. They fucked it in August. That's what they did. And now, from now on, moving forward, I'll never fall for any of the PR. You need to do your fucking business in June and July. And for all the idiots who say Zubimendi was first option and we didn't say anything about second option, Alan Varela is literally Zubimendi light. He's literally a second version of Zubimendi. He's spoken up publicly about wanting to play in the Premier League. Instead of us squandering one day before the transfer window ends, why is it that as soon as Zubimendi said no, why we don't go sign Alan Varela the next day? The same club that targeted Chouameni 2 years ago, Caicedo last season, Zubimendi last season, are now acting like it's okay for us to not buy a DM. That's the fucking logic of the people. Congratulations, Chiesa LFC. We have lower net spend than all the 5 clubs. What a trophy. What a Premier League. What a Champions League that is. No Champions League, no Premier League. Imagine if a Madrid fan had your mentality. Why should we sign Mbappe? Joselu scored against Bayern Munich twice. We're good. We won the Champions League. We won the Liga. You know what Madrid did? Win La Liga, win the Champions League, go sign Kylian Mbappe. Done. That's why they dominate. That's why you sit there, Chiesa LFC, in May and in June, and you look at Real Madrid lift another Champions League right in front of your fucking face, and you don't learn. You never learn. You come up here and you do this accountant Olympics. Oh, yeah, we spent less money than the rest. We haven't won a Premier League in 4 years, now going on to 5. We haven't won a Champions League in 5 years, going on to 6. We have not won one of the 2 big boys with 4 world-class players because we haven't been able to develop a spine around them. And you're out here giving them credit for what? For keep balancing the books. There are 2 clubs in the Premier League. from the top 6 that could have spent relentless money this summer without breaking a single FFP or PSR rule. Liverpool Football Club, Tottenham Hotspur. It was reported by all journalists. Go look at the articles. We spent less money than Tottenham Hotspur. As a matter of fact, we spent less money than Birmingham City, who are in League One. That's what you're celebrating. And you think it's okay. And you think it's fine. Because the club have spoon-fed you PR that it's either Zubamendi or no one. That there were no options on the market. If there were no options on the market, why were we in for Anthony Gordon? Why? Tell me why.
We went in for him. Newcastle came to us with that deal
Yes, and we planned the medicals and we said yes. Why?
because it was good value. 30 million quid for Golden.
Crazy. So Alan Varela for 50 million, is that good value? Ederson for 40, is that good value?
Again,
The two American guys that you solved the DM problem with 10 million, is that good value or no? Exactly.
To be fair, one of the American guys is going Tottenham for 30. Look, I agree. I don't rate Varela, but I agree with the general statement. You could have found another DM. The thing is now, the pressure's on this ownership. It can't go to a fourth one. We can't have a fourth year where you don't get a DM. So next summer, the amount of pressure is ridiculous. They have to bring one in. Whether it's Zubamendi or whoever, they have to bring one in. They have to identify their top target and bring him in. Because it can't go for a fourth time. It can't.
Point is, we're talking about summers and shit like this. I'm more worried about this season because I think there's a possibility in which this could be the last dance for Mo, Virgil, Trent, and Ali together. And we've wasted the last dance here by fucking around in the transfer window. We've literally wasted it. Because you do realize if Mo, Van Dijk, Trent, 1 or 3 or 2 of these guys leave this summer, you can kiss challenging goodbye. Ain't no challenging nothing.
It depends.
You can, Tom. Oh my god! Even Tom's fallen for the PR. Fuck my life.
I've not.
So
I've not because you would have to replace them perfectly, which I doubt.
First of all, come closer to the microphone. First of all,
you would have to replace them perfectly.
relax. I'm just saying you don't have to put it in the other room. Come closer a little bit. Go ahead.
You'd have to replace them perfectly, which is highly unlikely. And if it's more than one, you no chance you do that. But I also don't. I think at least 2 of them want to stay. I can't speak on Trent, but I have a feeling Van Dijk and Salah want to stay.
Okay, and if they don't stay, then what?
If they don't stay, then
yeah, are we gonna challenge the year after? Are we gonna win anything for 3 years?
3 years is a long time in football.
The same club that cannot sign a DM, I'm supposed to believe, can replace Mo properly or replace Van Dijk properly. I mean, Mark Guehi, Virgil van Dijk replacement. Minte, Mo Salah replacement. Enjoy, you guys, man. Johan Bakayoko, Minte, one of these shit players. This is who we're getting at. This is the thing that people just don't understand. The same club that could not sort out a DM for 2 summers running is not going to be the same exact club that actually replaces players properly. And people keep talking about June. Why don't we talk about January?
I mean,
why don't we go get a DM in January? Why don't we go get what we need in January? Why do I have to wait?
Who are you going to get in January?
Varela.
I don't rate Varela, though. I don't think he's actually that good.
But whether we rate him or not, he's the exact prototype of Zubamendi. If you can't get the original version, get the light version.
No, but I would rather just... So my option is to get a shitter version and sort of lock myself into shitter version for 4 years, or wait an extra 6 months and get actual good version. I just wait the 6 months.
Yeah, but what if Zubamendi changes his mind again? Are you going to go with Gravenberg for another season?
No, because the next summer you find more options.
But why? So the same options that you find in summer, why don't you find in January then?
Right. So what options were there this summer? So you said Varela. So yes, he's got
Zubamendi, Ederson, Varela.
If we wanted Ederson, we would have bought Ederson. I don't think Ederson's the type of DM. He's not a DM for one. I don't think he's the type of DM that we want. Buying Ederson would just be creating another Gravenberch project in terms of what we're asking him to do. I think you need to go and buy an actual DM.
Ugarte was an actual DM available.
Ugarte is shit on the ball though.
See, but now
Could
you're
you- could-
changing the argument.
It's not though, because ultimately we are asking for an awful lot out of our DM. Ugarte is.
But you
not
know
good
who can
enough
do
on
the
the ball.
awful lot? Varela. That's the guy that can do the awful lot that you're asking for.
No, but I don't rate Varela. You can say all this, that, and the other. I don't rate him. Maybe the club do, and that's a different thing. I watched him last year because I was watching
The
fucking.
Varela
Sporting
thing
a
was
lot.
real on deadline day, a day before, by the way. It was real, but we were just too late.
No, because the story doesn't make sense. How can Porto ask for 90 million when his release clause is 60?
Porto won't ask for 90 million. Release clause was to
Porto
be paid.
asked for 90.
The release clause was to be paid in full, Tom, in the same
Mhm.
exact transfer for them to say yes. We didn't want to pay 65 million in one go, basically, and it was too late for Porto to find a replacement because he's their fucking captain, and we decided to do it 24 hours before the transfer window closed. That's not.
Again,
That's objectively shit.
No, but that's irrelevant whether Porto could find a replacement or not. The story I saw, the story from the Argentines, was that we went in and Porto were asking for 90 million and we said no. My point on that is I can't believe them stories when his release clause is 60.
I'm not talking about them stories, Tom. I'm saying I know that the Varela interest was real. Forget the stories. The release clause is 65 million, what Fabrizio stated. And we
Mhm.
wanted to do it, but we just didn't want to do the release clause thing and pay it all like in one go. Same shit with Zubimendi when we wanted to structure a payment structure and shit.
Yeah. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I'm just going by the stories I saw that were reported that night. Were saying that they were asking for 90 million and we weren't going to pay it, even though we had a
Mr.
release
Hughes so
clause.
far is a failure. Just say it as it is.
Yeah. He's not.
So
he's
far.
not. He's not been good enough.
Yeah, he's been a failure so far, and he need to realize this is not Bournemouth. Other than Chiesa, LFC, and other mutants like that, they don't they celebrate transfers and selling players. I don't celebrate that. I really don't. And it's funny, all the people who are saying it's okay that we didn't need signings. Did you see everyone change their energy as soon as we announced Chiesa? As soon as we announced Chiesa, suddenly everyone's happy for signings again. It's fucking insane. It's actually insane. I don't get how much they pay. You know what I'm gonna do from now on? Same way Ornstein wears a Red Sox hat, I'm gonna go get a Yankees hat and wear it. That way. See, we can all do PR. We can all do PR. You want to play these games? We all play these games. FSG out. Fuck FSG. Fenway Sports Group are holding Liverpool back. And I hope that they fuck off. Because if they fuck off once and for all, we can actually become a serious football club with ambition and spine. Instead of us being spineless. Just moving like so spineless, just so ambitionless. Just don't want to win. Just have zero hope of winning. Who the fuck makes a profit with a new manager? I think we're the first team, I'd assume we're the first team like ever in history to bring a new manager in and make profit. Like that, I don't think that's ever happened before. Ever before. Bring in a new manager and make profit? That's fucking insanity. Insanity. So you're telling me Slot knocked on Hughes' door and went like, yo, just get me Zubimendi. Just get me Zubimendi or no one else. That's what Slot said, right? Everyone's just going to be disingenuous and act like they don't have logic.
No, because Slot doesn't have say over the transfers, as we established.
Exactly. So what did he tell him? I want to DM?
Yeah, and they didn't get him on, which is why, as has been said, wasn't good enough. But ultimately, it's also a case of, for me anyway, because I feel like you were slightly different on the situation. I said bringing this recruitment staff back was the biggest thing you could do. I have to give them more than just one window. I can be disappointed in so far, 100%. But I have to give them more than one window.
Fucked up Gordon. Fucked up Zubimendi. Didn't sign Mo Salah.
How did they fuck up Gordon?
They didn't go through with the deal. Didn't go through
because Newcastle pulled out. We couldn't do anything about it.
You're really funny, Tom. So you're gonna sit up in front of the people and act like we didn't reject Joe Gomez and money for Gordon, right?
We didn't reject it.
Oh, so you're saying we were down to do that deal? You know, you're
we were
lying
down
right
to do
now.
that deal. Yes. It is a very simple explanation, Husam. We were willing to do that deal, but Newcastle found other ways to alleviate PSR, so they pulled out the deal.
How? By fucking around and waiting.
We didn't wait. It was all done on their side. The fucking medicals to be in Germany. There's no waiting
No
around.
problem. We didn't fuck up Gordon. I'm not willing to have a fight over Gordon. Fuck Anthony Gordon, your cousin. Let's talk about the rest. Fucked up Zubimendi. Waited till August to make transfers. 3 contracts, none of them signed.
Yeah.
So what would we rate Richard Hughes out of 10 so far? 0. 1
Being a
because he
2.
sold well. Accountants.
It's been a 2 at best.
I love how we argue that we agree in the end.
Because we argue over different points. My point is, I'm disappointed in the way that this first window went. 100%.
When you say you're disappointed in the first window, Tom, you want to know the reason why I'm not gonna wait for 6 months till January or wait till June?
No,
because the same guy that cannot buy a DM and cannot get a contract sorted is not going to be the same guy that is able to replace world-class players in the case that they do leave.
I'm not willing to wait on the contract situation. I agree on that front. But I need to see how the other windows go. If next window is the same shit again, then we have real problems.
January, right?
I was mainly thinking about next summer, to be honest. I know it's harder to do business in January.
So you're going to act like January we can't do business now?
No, you can do business, but again, it comes down to their model. I wanted these guys back in. I have to kind of let them work on their model.
But once again, why do you say it how FSG want it? I want to know what Tom wants. Fuck what FSG wants.
But what I want is for us to sign a DM. I've wanted us to sign a DM for 2 years.
And the left back and a centre back, we agreed, me and you.
Yeah, I'd love to sign a left back, but I understand that Simicast needs to go. And my issue with that is no one wants to buy Simicast. Rightly, no one wants to buy Simicast. He's dog shit.
You could have sorted out a deal. Simicast and money for Ait Nouri, Simicast and money for Stupinian.
Ait Nouri is dog shit. Ait Nouri, you kept hyping Ait Nouri shit. That's what it is, shit. I'd rather have Robertson than him. Ait Nouri's dog shit.
You hate actual footballers because Robertson been running.
No, you know what I like, Husam? You know what I like to my left back? I like my left back to be able to defend. I like my left back to defend.
So you don't like Trent then?
Trent can defend.
Trent can defend.
Trent can
See how I caught you there? No one ever mentions Trent's defensive work ever when arguing for Trent.
I do. I mentioned that he's not bad defensively.
Yeah, I don't think he's bad defensively either. He's okay.
Ait Nouri just let fucking Noni Madueke dick him down with a hat trick.
Game?
He let Bukayo Saka tear him apart the game before that.
Who tore Robertson apart at Old Trafford?
No one.
So Amad Diallo didn't tear him apart?
When? Last game.
That's funny. That's funny, that Tom. So we haven't.
When did he tear him apart?
So you're gonna act like last season. So you're gonna act like last season. So you're gonna act like last season Robertson wasn't getting cooked when he played.
Husam.
So why on Husam?
Hold on.
I'll ask you a question and then I'll give you the mic.
Hold your horses. No, because I need to address that other one.
Okay, 1 second. Why on Husam X Tom Little's last season did you want Gomez starting left back if Robertson is so good?
Because our system wasn't very good and it needed the bounce Gomez gave.
Oh, now
it allowed Trent to invert.
Yeah, change your energy.
But
go ahead.
Your point on Ahmad against Robertson, you do realise Simicast was the guy against Ahmad in that FA Cup game. Simicast came on.
I'm talking about the game at Old Trafford last week, man.
Last week? You said last season. Last week, Ahmad didn't.
And
Ahmad was shit. Ahmad was dog shit. Robertson had a very good game.
He did okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Robertson did have a good game at Old Trafford. But
then why are you bringing that up?
He does have moments where he's weak defensively. He cannot act like he defends well all the time. That's a lie.
I never said he is perfect defensively, but he's better defensively than Ait Nouri.
Wow.
Andy Robertson's never let a player back.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. No problem. Robertson's better defensively than Ait Nouri. Tell the world right now, if you're being honest, what is Ait Nouri better than Robertson at? Go ahead.
Inverting.
Tom, if we're mentioning defending as a trait, talk about traits.
Inverting and operating as a inverted midfielder, so his short range passing is better.
Who's a better passer?
Better. In terms of passing, Ait Nouri. In terms of cross and Robertson.
Who's better technically?
Ait Nouri's a better technical footballer.
Who's better on the ball as a dribbler to get past people?
That's just technical. Again, Ait Nouri. You can't just keep going into subsections of the
Okay,
same
no,
category.
the only thing that Robertson has over Ait Nouri is literally defending, nothing else.
Robertson has defending. Robertson has physicality. Robertson has crossing. Robertson is a better. Robertson is a better left back.
Crossing,
Yes.
Tom, yeah?
Yes.
Crossing.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
last season, it got to the stage where I started writing down the minutes in which Robertson hit first man with his crosses.
Great.
Robertson
great.
crossing is this 1920. Which Robertson crossing?
Robertson's still a better crosser. Robertson is a better player than Ait Nouri. You wanted to play.
Nah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And
He's better
Anthony,
than what
how
we
about Anthony Robinson then? Fulham.
And Anthony Robinson, I still think Robertson's the best left back in the league. As a left back, not including your fucking Akes and that. Robertson's the best natural left back in the league.
So you think
Who else is there?
So you think Robertson's better than Gvardiol?
I said excluding your Akes, so your Akes, your Guardiolas, your Timbers, your centre backs that are playing at left back. Robertson is the best natural left back in the Premier League.
Thomas, Gvardiol played left back the whole season. And he started this season playing left back. Whether he's a centre back or
Guardiola's a centre back. He is a centre back.
Trent originally is a midfielder. He's playing right back the whole season. Who gives a
That's
fuck
great.
about
So
where originally you played?
I'm willing to include your Cucurellas, who are players who can play centre mid. But
I
I'm
think
not willing to
Cucurella's better
include
than Robertson.
your Akes. Cucurella's not better than Robertson. Cucurella's shit.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
No,
mate,
he is.
your Robertson agenda is vile.
It's not an
Vile.
agenda at all. It's reality.
Cucurella was dog shit until the last 6 games of the season.
Cucurella's not a bad left back at all. Cucurella's an
Robertson's a good. Cucurella's not a bad left back. Robertson's a good left back.
I think
In fact,
in the league,
Robertson's a great left back. How about that?
I'd say Gvardiol first. He's the best left back in the league.
Oh my god,
I'd
we
say-
established that I am not including centre back left back hybrids.
I understand that you're not including them, but I am, because Gvardiol plays left back for the whole year. Whether he's a hybrid or not makes no difference to my argument. So I'm putting Gvardiol first. I'm putting Timber second, or Calafiori. And I'm putting third, Cucurella. And I'm putting fourth, Robertson. I'm putting fourth, Robinson. Fifth, Ait Nouri. Fifth, Ait Nouri. Sixth, Robertson. That's it. He's the 6th best left back. What? That's not an agenda at all.
That's fucking vile. That's genuinely the way. That's worse than anything.
How? How is
That's
that an
worse than anything I've said.
agenda? How?
How the fuck are you putting Cucurella above Robertson?
Cucurella is an incredible left back. His problem is he plays
No,
for a
he
shit
fucking
team.
isn't.
If he was shit, why did Pep Guardiola want him then? Honestly, you know, if he went to Man City,
Pep
your energy would be
Guardiola
so
wanted
different.
Harry Maguire. But you will
You
call
know, but
Harry
he did
Maguire
that.
shit.
he did that to Uno Reverse Man United. You know this.
So couldn't he have done that to Uno Reverse Chelsea?
No, because Cucurella is actually good, as he's shown with Spain.
No, you can't just. Ooh, it's this for one thing, this for the other. He wanted both Maguire and Cucurella. So either they're both good, which isn't true, or they're both shit. That's the case. They're both
Robertson's
not
been
good.
for Scotland. Robertson's not good for Scotland. Tierney is better than him for Scotland.
What?
Listen, man, we will see this season. I remember all this. Don't worry. I know this is Tom in August. This is August, September, Tom. I know how November, December Tom moves. I love it. I love it. I will be there. We will be there, inshallah. Don't worry. Just don't duck it when I invite you on shows. Start hiding and shit. You know, that's the one thing I'll tell you. Because I know how you operate. Now you're all giddy and hyped up and shit like this. But yeah, it is what it is. Robertson 2024 prop is just funny to me. Because he's just not that guy
I'll happily
anymore.
do it. I'll happily do it. He's been, bar the first half against Ipswich, he's been brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant,
Okay.
yeah.
He had a good game against Man United for me. That's the good, game he's had.
I had a really solid game against Brentford as well. And was really good in the second half against Ipswich. 100%.
It is what it is. I just don't think Robertson's that good.
Also, your list of the 6 best left backs in the Premier League didn't even include Simicast, so you don't even rate Simicast above Robertson.
No, I'm not going to put Simicast because he's not even a starter. Why should I even fight that fight?
But it wasn't down to who was a starter or not. It was down to who were the best left backs.
Last season, Simicast did play better than Robertson. Yes, last season, yes. What? You can lean back all you want. Robertson was better.
Answer the question: who do you think is a better left back, Robertson or Simicast?
Simicast doesn't start enough. He doesn't. If he starts, then we'll talk.
Who? Right, we
Yeah.
play
He's rattled.
Man City tomorrow. Who are you playing? Robertson or Simicast?
We're playing Man City. I'll play Joe Gomez, left back.
Look at this fucker. You have
What do
only
you mean?
Robertson
Look
or
at this fucker.
Simicast.
That's my honest answer. So I can't answer a different answer. My actual answer is Joe Gomez.
I gave you 2 options and you gave me option 3, which wasn't even an option.
Yes, Joe Gomez is the starting
Joe
left
Gomez.
back.
Joe,
against
how
Man
about this?
City.
Joe Gomez is injured. You can only play Simicast or Robertson at left back. Who are you
I
playing?
play Owen Beck.
Look at he's on loan, mate. You can't play him. Answer the fucking question.
I play Owen Beck. You know, Loki, who actually would have been a perfect signing for us that we fucked up, Calafiori. He would have been a genuine perfect signing for us. But we fucked that up. I don't know why we just didn't pay 40 million for Calafiori and kept it stepping. He would have been actually perfect for what we're trying to do. Good on the ball, drives forward.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one who's seen Calafiori's injury history?
So why are you doing Chiesa prop then?
Because Chiesa's not coming in to start.
There you are. There you are.
You're making out like Calafiori would be coming in to start. Chiesa's not coming in to start. Chiesa's behind the greatest right winger in Premier League history. It's different.
Everyone wish Joseph happy birthday for tomorrow. Please, everyone wish Joseph happy birthday for tomorrow. Please, everyone, please do wish happy birthday to Joseph. Happy birthday, Joseph, in the chat. Big up to you, to you, Aaron, the general. Make sure you guys are wishing Joseph happy birthday. Is that Joseph from my chat? Let me check if it's actually his birthday tomorrow. It actually is Joseph's birthday tomorrow, so please do make sure you guys are wishing Joseph happy birthday. Happy birthday, Joseph. Happy birthday, Joseph. I know that you guys that you watch the channel all the time. Big up to you, Joseph, my guy. You always apply the worst case scenario. Arsenal squad is just as thin as us in key areas. City is the only team that are objectively better than us. I'm not applying the worst scenario for us at all. I'm simply talking about the objective facts. The objective reality, Emeka, whether you like it or not, is that last season Arsenal finished above us. Arsenal had a stronger defense. They then took that team, strengthened on it by buying Merino and Calafiori. While we did not strengthen, we did not buy a single starter to this whole team. We did not add any player of quality. And we strengthened the position in which we least needed to strengthen in the forward line. Had we bought a Zubimendi, had we bought a centre back, had we bought a left back, this whole conversation would be different. We didn't strengthen at all. They've got Merino to rely on if Partey gets injured. They've got Calafiori to rely on to play both centre back and left back. We don't have that because we didn't buy anyone this whole summer. You're comfortable with the football club making profit, making money during the summer. I'm not. So I'm sorry. That's the difference between us. So, yeah. Oh, half our team was injured. Well, guess what? They could get injured again. And then what will you say? Half our team was injured. You'll say the same shit again. You never learn from your mistakes. I do. Because Jota is injury prone, Konate is injury prone, and others in the team will get injured. So this is just the reality of football. So when the injuries do strike, please don't use them as an excuse, because you need to come into a season planning for when injuries happen, what you're going to do. And we haven't done that. One injury to Gravenberg and this whole team is fucked royally. Remember these words. What we know is LFC FSG is like any entity. Incoming money now, outgoing money later. So expect movement on this to be excruciatingly slow. There's a lot more drama to come for both contract and transfer saga. You'll never walk alone. I agree that there is more drama and it's going to be like a saga and stuff. I don't disagree necessarily with what you're saying, to be honest with you. But when it comes to the pain and the gain, we haven't had any gain in 4 years. I'm sorry. Mo, Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk to win a Carabao Cup or win an FA Cup is not good enough. You should be trying to win the league title. You should be trying to win the Champions League. But we haven't done that. We haven't invested enough to win any of the big competitions. We really haven't. And that's just the truth of the matter. People think we're going to play the same starting 11 for the 38 Premier League games. We won't. We won't. Nunes, unfortunately, is going to have to come in. Gakpo is going to have to come in. Chiesa is going to have to come in. Curtis Jones, Elliott, Tyler Morton, all these guys are going to have to play significant roles this season. Maybe not significant as to 20 games, but he still will play roles this season. That's why we needed to invest. Simple as. Great start to the season, enjoying the football, but not getting too carried away. Need to see if we can continue in this trajectory. Let's see us come up against a competent midfield to completely judge Gravenberg. I'll be honest with you. I think the Man United midfield was the first tough test for Gravenberch in a tough away stadium in a rivalry against Kobe Mainoo, against Casemiro, against Bruno. And he has played well, Gravenberch. And I gave him credit. And I said he's the man of the match. Imagine Mo Salah, the people say that I ride out for and I have like a pro agenda of Mo Salah or whatever it is. The guy got 3 GA in the same game. And I still said Gravenberch was my man of the match. That's how good he was. However, I also, because I exist in reality and I don't exist in the dream world that a lot of you guys exist in, because I exist in reality, I realize that injuries will happen. And when injuries will happen, we will see what happens. That's the thing. Gagandeep, you caught a stray there for no reason, even though you exist in the same reality that I do. I know you're a lot more awake. Uncomfortable conversations LFC fans don't want to have is that Klopp got found out. Legend, but we needed a change. It's no accident we look this good already. Fantastic point there from Emeka. Klopp got found out. So the games that we dropped points in last season that cost us the league title. Manchester City at home. Manchester United away. Crystal Palace at home. Crystal Palace at home, we missed 5 tap-ins and a 1-on-1. Man United away, we could have been 5-0 up in the first half. Your same players that you're celebrating scored in the last game were not clinical in front of goal. Manchester City at home, we were better. We had more possession. We had more passes. We had more accurate passes. We had more corners. We had more shots. We had more shots on target. But your favorite player, Luis Diaz, looked at Ederson straight in the face and shot it at the corner flag. This is the problem with you guys. You want to praise Slot so much that you decide to shit on Jurgen Klopp when Jurgen Klopp had us having the highest XG in the league. He's the only manager to beat Pep Guardiola to a league title. And guess what? All you guys are doing all this I love Slot type shit right now and shitting on Jurgen Klopp. I would happily take Jurgen Klopp to become the manager tomorrow. That's just the truth of the matter. And you're saying we conceded because I want to debunk this. This guy's saying we conceded the first goal. You know how many times we conceded the first goal more than Man City? 4 more times only. So for the club that won the Premier League in Manchester City, they conceded only four times. We only conceded the first goal more than them. And on top of all of that, I ask you a very simple question, Emeka. I hope for once in the chat, instead of you just being toxically positive, you can actually answer the question. If I send Gakpo, Diaz, and Nunez from last season to Manchester City and just bring Haaland to Liverpool, only Haaland. So we had Salah and Haaland only playing together. Are we sat here league champions? Yes or no? So when Haaland looks straight at Ederson in the face, does he score? When Haaland has the highest XG created for him in a half against Manchester United away at Old Trafford, does he score? When Haaland has 5 1-on-1s against Crystal Palace and 5 tap-ins, does he score? These are the questions. So for all the people that love to blame Jurgen Klopp, we had the highest XG in the league and we were a better team in all 3 of the games that we fucked up, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Answer, Emeka. With Haaland, are we league champions? 1 player only. No, nothing crazy. Just 1 player, Erling Haaland. What do you want to say, Tom?
I was just going to say there is an element of truth in that. Part the system was a problem under Klopp last season. It was exposing us too much. That has changed, but last season wasn't solely on the system. We had too many individual errors costing us. But I'm actually you keep going because I want to figure out if that stat you said is true because I don't believe that
you
City
can
only
answer the
conceded.
question, Emeka. Answer the question, Emeka, please.
You and Emeka keep going. I want to calculate that City stat.
What City stat?
That they only conceded the first goal in 4 less games than us. I don't think.
Yeah,
that's
it. 4 less games than us. That's it.
I don't think that's true personally.
Check it. See, he can't even answer. He couldn't even answer. No problem. You've just proven exactly my point. You cannot even answer. Okay, I'll ask you the question again. If I sent Nunez, Diaz from last season to Manchester City and brought in to Liverpool Football Club only Erling Haaland, would we be sat here league champions? Yes or no? Very simple question to you, Emeka. Answer the question. And the same thing that your capital letters in the chat right now, we couldn't beat Manchester United. We could have been 5-0 up against Manchester United in 1 half last season. Is it Klopp's fault that Szoboszlai, Diaz, Nunez, and all these players missed chances? Not his fault. Okay. Here. So Danny has said yes. Tampalion has said yes. Wow, but I thought it's the system. Because if the fault is actually the system, if it actually is the system, then we wouldn't have won the league with 1 change of player. Facts. If the problem was systematic, 1 player doesn't make us league champions. Specifically, if I've given the option of giving a forward line player. I didn't even say a center back. I didn't say a DM. I didn't say any of that shit. Bring Haaland to the team from last season, we win the league. Done. And Mo Salah would win Playmaker Award, by the way. Like that. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying, Sean. That's all I'm saying. If the forwards cost you, how's it systematic? How? In the 3 games that we lost the league, we were the better team than Man United, than Crystal Palace, and then Manchester City. So how in the 3 games that we were factually better than the other 3 teams that we lost games against? So yeah. Oh, so you're saying injuries is the main reason why the Premier League title. Okay. So when we played Manchester City at home, Luis Diaz looked at Ederson straight in the face, shot it at the corner flag. We had all those chances that we fucked up. When we played Man United away in the first half, we could have been 5-0 up. You didn't mention that. Crystal Palace, when Jota missed a one-on-one, when Mo Salah missed a chance, when Nunez missed a chance, when all these players missed chances against Crystal Palace. Yeah, it's totally systematic, you guys. Totally systematic. 100%. 100%. It's just such waffle. Tom cooked you today. I can't lie. You're moving mad. Tom did not cook me. Tom did not cook me. 3 months from now, you and Tom will both be like, oh, we should have listened to Husam. I've been there, Toka. I've been there before. KZ LFC saying FSG are smooth operators. Yeah, they are smooth operators, and they're dancing their way straight behind you and around you. I'm not getting danced behind. I actually realize what's happening at this football club. I'm awake. Stay awake. Don't think Nouri is the answer if Slot intends to use the left back as a third centre back in a 3 against the big 4. Rather Robo, to be honest. If Ait Nouri is not the answer, then Calafiori is the answer. Then players like that are the answer, who are also available in the market. Then Inacio is the answer. There are a lot of ball-playing centre backs who could play left back, who could operate in that position, who could operate in that place, that could have easily signed and gotten to play that position then. So even if Ait Nouri is not your answer, there are centre backs who could be there playing left back and doing a lot better for us. Exactly, Rakesh. And that is my point. Even Luton, even every single game that we dropped points in last season, that actually, like before the title thing ended, when did the title thing end? Crystal Palace. Players were holding their heads, going on the ground, looking at the sky, fully give up mode. That's when the season ended for us. That's when the title race ended. Leading up to that point, other than Arsenal away, every single game we dropped points and we were the better team. We created the better chances. We had more possession. We had more possession, by the way, for all the people, Emeka and all the people saying, systematic. It was time for Jurgen Klopp to go. We lost the league because of Jurgen Klopp. We had more possession than Manchester City. Pep Guardiola, more possession than him at Anfield. And we fucked that up because we couldn't take our chances. The only bad game we had is literally Arsenal away. Not a single other bad game. All the other games, we were the much better team than all of them. All of them.
Right, so I've done the math for that stat that you said earlier.
You're smiling now. What? Is it, I'm going to be one thing off?
You're not 1, you're 2 off. City went behind first 10 times. So they went 1-0 down 10 times last season in the Premier League. Liverpool went 1-0 down 16 times.
I'm talking about until the run-in. Until Palace. So don't count the ones after Palace, because that's when I feel like we give up. The reason why I said that,
that's not how stats work.
No, but that's when our title race ended. So that's where everything ended, because after that the players gave up for me. So that everything after Palace I don't analyze. The players just gave up. They knew we couldn't win the league then. Everyone just dropped off a cliff. I'm being dead serious, and you've heard me say this before, so this is not a surprise or a shock to you. After Palace, the league was over.
Okay, then, so I can probably wipe off 2 for City then. So 2 for Liverpool, 2 for City. Because I can't include City's ones. Again, the gap still holds the same, although that's not really how you analyse stats.
That's fine. That's fine.
I didn't even go through all competitions. It's probably a bigger gap if I went through all competitions. Going behind was a big problem for us last season. It was.
What was it? Going behind or not being clinical?
They're conducive of each other. You can get away with not being clinical if you don't go behind. Not scoring the chances. Not scoring the chances ended up being a bigger problem.
Yes,
it was a bigger problem.
Finally, we get an honest.
Logically, they are one and the same. How many games did we not score in last season?
I don't know.
You had United at home. You had Everton away. You had Palace away. Palace at home, sorry. And I think every other game last season you scored. So that means in every other game last season, in 35 out of 38 games last season, you found a goal from somewhere. Now, out of them games that I mentioned, only 2 of those we went 1-0 down in. So in 14 games last season, we went 1-0 down but still scored. Now, if you were more defensively structured, which was a big problem last season in terms of the structure, you can get away with the individual mistakes of not burying the chances. Does that excuse the individual mistakes? No, it doesn't. You should still be scoring your chances. But you would have gotten away with it if the one thing the manager can control in the structure is better than what it was.
You want to know
So
the
the-
difference? You know what differentiates everything you're saying? Same game away at Old Trafford last season, when we could have been 5-0 up in one half.
Mhm.
Your favorite players that scored goals at Old Trafford away, they fucked up the same chances away at Old Trafford last season. That's not Slot's credit, and that's not Klopp's downfall.
No.
That's the player being fucking shit in front of goal. That has
Mhm.
nothing to do with either manager.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my point is the following. The 3 games where I lost the league, I was better than Palace, I was better than Man City, and I was better than Man United. I didn't take my chances. Why the fuck did I lose that? Why the fuck did I lose the league? Because of lack of clinical forwards, of which I completely has asked the people in the chat, and 90% of them, other than Emeka typing in capital letters, crying in the chat. Everyone else knows that if we just had Erling Haaland in this team last season alone, we would have been league champions because he would have taken those chances in those opportunities.
Yes, but in
Simple.
the same breath, we weren't good last season in terms of a structure. We were conceding way too many chances. If we didn't have Alisson, fuck me, it would have been ropes. Because you put Kelleher in. Kelleher done really well. Kelleher, I don't think Kelleher kept any clean sheets last season. We only kept 10 as a whole. We kept 10 clean sheets. You can't win the league if you're keeping 10 clean sheets. When we won the league, we were the best defense in the league. When we came
Did you see the
second
stat
by 1
that
point,
Liverpool
we were
should
the
have
best defense
conceded
in the league.
1.5 goals this season, but Alisson saved them? Alisson is the goalkeeper this year and last year. So I'm not going to use that as a differentiator. He's incredible regardless. He's the best keeper in the world.
But the point is, you shouldn't have to rely on him. We were relying on him. Me and you both don't know. We played that higher line that we did for years because Alisson's so good in a 1v1. So good in a 1v1 that we would put the line so
was
far up the
incredible.
pitch. Have you noticed that Arne Slot's line is nowhere near as high?
Yeah.
Therefore, we've only conceded.
I
1.5.
recognize that Arne Slot is a lot more defensive than Klopp. I've never denied that once.
Okay,
I have
don't like to
never
say
denied
defensive,
that
though.
once.
He's not
My whole
defensive.
point is we're not sat here celebrating this shit if Diaz isn't clinical in front of goal, if Jota's not clinical in front of goal, if Salah is not clinical in front of goal. And it would be disingenuous of me if now the Forest game happens, we're just as defensively solid, but Diaz misses 3 1-on-1s and it ends up being 0-0. I sit up here and talk about the system and the style because that's cringe. Because you have to actually mention what happens in game. In the 3 games where we lost the league last season, our forwards fucked up, period. Done. There's no need for us to overanalyze. Had they taken their chances, we'd have genuinely been sat here league champions. The Diaz chance against Ederson was way more difficult than the second goal he scored against Old Trafford. Way more difficult. Way more difficult.
It wasn't more
Diaz
difficult.
looked at Ederson straight in the face and shot it at the corner flag.
It wasn't
How the
even
fuck is that Klopp's fault?
it wasn't even Ederson in goal. But
Why do you reply to the least relevant part of the paragraph? Imagine
No.
it was you in goal. How does that change anything?
again, though, Husam, it comes down to how you analyze football. I get your point, but I also think that you can't expect to win a league title when you're conceding 41 goals.
I don't count anything that happened after Crystal Palace. I'm sorry.
Fine, then. You can't expect to win a league title when you're conceding. Let me go do the math for you because apparently I'm not allowed to count games afterwards. So I have to cut off at Everton, don't I?
Everton, Crystal, Aston
No,
Villa.
I cut off at Everton. Everton's the game where we lost the league.
No, for me it's Palace.
The cut off at Everton. So
Remove 4 from Aston Villa. Remove these games. We just fucking gave up, Tom. We literally fucking gave up.
So, do you want to know why I don't say Palace is the game where we lost the league? Because we won the game after against Fulham. I say Everton's where you lost it because that was where it all went down.
Let me just fucking check it because you'll always be disingenuous.
No, we won the game after Palace against Fulham.
Okay.
So
We
after
conceded
Everton,
twice to West Ham. We conceded
against-
twice to Tottenham.
two
We
to West
conceded
Ham,
3
two
to
to Tottenham,
Villa.
3 to Villa.
That's 7 goals alone. You know how without those 7 goals, we conceded less than Man City last season.
No, but that's because you're including all of the games for Man City. But you
No,
cut off
I didn't
half of the
include
games.
Everton. I removed Everton.
But when you're saying City, you're including all the games for City, but missing out games for us. Just because it happened at that point as well is quite irrelevant, in my opinion. The problems were there beforehand. You can't expect to win a league title when you're conceding 4 in a season to Fulham. You can't expect to win a league title when you're conceding 3 in a season to Newcastle.
Game, to be fair, and he did fuck up like 2 of those goals. Gallagher.
But this is the thing. I want to go down. I want to see if this still shows me the stats. I think it does. XG wise, we created the most out of any team last season.
We did. We had the highest XG.
But XG conceded wise, we conceded 46 and only actually conceded 41 goals. Bear in mind, for Man City, it was 35 XG and they conceded 34. For Arsenal, it was 28 XG and they conceded 29. We were one of the biggest overperformers in XG conceded to goals conceded because of Alisson. Now, Alisson's still our keeper, but conceding that many chances is bad enough in itself. This season, in 3 games, we've conceded 1.5 XG, I think, or 1.8. Someone out there will do the math and try and calculate what that is across 38 games. I'm not going to.
I'll do a
It's a hell of
college
a lot
show
better
tomorrow.
than 41.
Pull up. We'll see who the real fool is tomorrow when you pull up. Slot and Hughes will make you eat your words. No, they won't. I said we're going to finish 3rd. There's nothing that's going to... Even if we finish 2nd, you think that's me eating my words? Winning the Premier League is me eating my words, which is not going to happen. Yes, I agree that our forward line didn't take their chances. Business end the season cost us, but the root cause was the defensive structure. It wasn't sustainable and cost us towards the end. We keep saying it wasn't sustainable. We keep saying all this shit, gag and deep, but that's just not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation, it was sustainable because we were top of the fucking league and we fucked it at the end of the season because our forward lines shat their bed. They couldn't take their chances in front of goal. And had they just been clinical in those games, we'd have been sat here league champions even without a change. That's exactly why I wanted a forward in fucking January for good reason. So for me, we can't win the league.
Yeah, but the forward you mentioned was Ivan Toney, who got 4 fucking goals all season.
I don't care. He's still better than Nunez.
But there's no guarantee. He would have just worked because he got 4 fucking goals.
He's still better than Nunez.
But he got 4 goals.
And he's still better than Nunez.
What's the point, man? Okay, carry on.
Yeah. 4 goals for Brentford. How many goals would Nunez score for Brentford? 2? Big up to you, Gagandeep. Big up to you. Half a season. I thought Nunez was going to get unlocked by Slot. Why hasn't he played him yet? Crazy. Big up to you, Gagandeep. Anyway, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Don't worry, Ilkan. I know how you operate. You, Emeka, all these guys in the chat. I know it's September. You're all excited. You're all so happy because we've won 3-3. Come back November. Don't worry. From October till November, that 1 month run, I want to hear you talk. If you open your mouth about
Will we get an
injury,
apology off you if we win them games?
if you open your mouth about injuries, why will I apologize when I support Liverpool Football Club? The fuck kind of logic
No,
is that?
because you've got to apologize for doubting them.
No. If we do get injuries,
we're not going to get through
then
that
the
run.
things change.
You think we're not going to get through that run? If we get through that run, I want you on a
No.
stream apologizing for doubting us.
No, there will be no apologies.
So you can't ask for apologies off people when you're not going to apologize.
I will apologize if we win the league or win the Champions League. That's what I'll apologize for.
But that's not the point you're making. You don't win the Champions League in October.
That's not the point.
You are saying that it will fall apart in that October to November run.
No, I'm not saying the whole thing will fall apart. I'm saying that's where we start to lose games and everyone's energy changes. We will fall apart in February, not now.
So we'll fall apart in February.
Yeah. February,
in
March, we'll fall apart.
In February, if we get through that, there needs to be an apology.
Tom, if we win the league, I will apologize to everyone, but it's just not going to happen.
I just feel it's a little bit disingenuous for you to say people have to come apologize to you and you don't need to apologize.
No, I want them to get to apologize for their change of energy, because they're all doing too much right now in the chat just because we won 3 games in a row. But when the tough run comes, everything that I've said about injuries and depth and fitness will be applied.
So will your energy not change if we get through the tough run, winning most of the games?
Yeah, I'll be more hopeful, but in the long run, I still don't think that we will win the league.
Okay, right, okay.
It's because at the end of the day, if this all doesn't like cultivate in us winning the league, then it's pointless. It's fucking pointless. What happened? November and October means nothing if you don't win the league anyway. So, but listen, I want to wrap it up here because
I don't agree with that view of looking at seasons. I don't. Were you one of the people who said that last season, the moments like Trent's winning against Fulham and Nunes' winning against Newcastle and Elliott's winning against Palace were pointless because we didn't win the league?
Yeah, and the long term they didn't mean anything. What do you mean?
I don't like that way of looking at football as a fan. Them moments were big. I feel like
during the time they were big. Yes,
but they still big now when I watch them back. I don't watch them back now. And go, oh well, it was pointless.
I don't watch it back and think they're a big moment because it didn't build towards anything.
No, but that's not the way of looking at it as a football fan.
Yes, it is.
In my opinion,
it doesn't mean anything at the end of it. Then what?
There's still moments that happen. They still meant something.
Why does everyone remember Olympiacos goal by Steven Gerrard? Because we won the Champions League at the end of it.
Why does everyone remember Suarez 13-14? We didn't win fuck all at the end of that.
No, but that was a shit Liverpool team. That's completely different context.
Why does everyone remember fucking Salah 17-18? Didn't win anything after that.
That wasn't a shit team either. We got to the Champions League final and we were a top 4 club. So no, we overachieved.
What? No, you don't make... You're constantly moving the fucking...
I'm not moving the goal.
Why does everyone remember Fernando Torres 07-08?
They just cheated from the chat. Haytham is a Barca. He's a Liverpool. He pretends to not support.
No, because Torres 08-09 we came second, and that weren't even his best season. Torres 07-08 we came third.
08-09 is not even Torres' best season. 07-08 is best.
07-08. Why does everyone remember Torres 07-08? Didn't win fuck all that year. Because he
scored the Euro winner against Germany.
That's irrelevant because he didn't do it for Liverpool. You can't keep doing this.
I'm not doing nothing. He did score the goal in the final. He finished third in the Ballon d'Or.
Why does everyone remember the 4-1 against United? Or the 4-0 against Real Madrid?
That's an iconic moment. Beating by 4 goals Real Madrid or Manchester United. That's an iconic moment.
But we didn't go on to win the league.
Everyone remembers the 7-0. We finished 5th. That's different. That's an iconic moment. Beating your biggest rivals. Not you tell me we scored the winner against
why does everyone remember Gerrard versus Middlesbrough?
Yeah, it's a gimmick. It is a gimmick. 100% it's a gimmick.
Why does everyone remember Gerrard versus Middlesbrough in 08-09? Last minute.
I don't remember it.
You do because I mentioned it earlier on. You went, yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember it.
You do remember it? Because I literally told you about it earlier. You can't. You can't twist it
around win the Premier League or the Champions League. That's when we will apologize to everyone, to Slot, to the players, to everyone. This moment in time, don't ask me to apologize for shit, Dale. That's just not how it works, to be honest with you. But anyway, listen, it is what it is. Make sure you guys are liking.
Being a football fan is all about the moments. I just don't agree with the way you look.
Yeah, I enjoy the moments as they happen, but if they lead up to nothing, then it's pointless.
I enjoy the moments in hindsight as well. Husam, we were shit for years. We didn't win fuck all for years.
Yes.
I can still look back at them moments with fondness. I can still look back at Gerrard's like winning against Fulham in 13-14. And remember the feeling I had and the memories that gave me. We didn't go on to win the league, but I remember that one.
Yes.
But in your mind, it was pointless. For me, it was big, and it still brings back them. It still brings back them emotions. We are emotional people who support a football club. Football fandom
the emotions
is about being emotional.
From the moments like Barcelona, from the moments like Istanbul, from the moments like Origi and Salah against Spurs.
They are bigger
from
moments.
The moment where we beat Chelsea 5-3 in that game and we lifted the Premier League. Those are the highest levels of emotion. If you're talking about emotionally during the moment, then when Nunez scored against Nottingham Forest, I was emotional. I celebrated. I was very happy. I was excited. But a year later on from that, Nunez's winner against Nottingham Forest means fuck all because we didn't win the league.
How does it mean fuck all up? This is where I disagree. Does it carry as much weight as some of the others? No, it doesn't. But does it still invoke the memories and the emotion of that. Yes, 100% it fucking does.
It invokes the memories, but it's like at a 6 out of 10 level compared to a 10 out of 10 Barcelona.
No, but my
Istanbul.
gripe is you say, if you don't win anything, everything in that season was irrelevant.
That's what
And
I'm
I
saying,
disagree.
Dale. Look at the moment with context, it changes it. Like the most painful moment in 13-14 was the Chelsea game, obviously. Like
The most
that's
pa-
the shit.
No,
moment.
the most painful moments in 13-14 was the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah, for me it was Chelsea still.
No, because you're looking at it with the context of where it led to. We could have still won the league after Chelsea. Palace was the more Palace was the more painful one. But again, I go back when you experience these moments in real time. You don't have the context, so you can only go to what you felt at the time.
Okay, you know what? I just realized we actually agree, so it's pointless to debate. I actually don't have a problem with what you're saying. I'm saying in the moment it's different. Tom Little's channel is on the title. Go subscribe to his channel. Big up Dale, Gagandeep, Chiesa, Niltpal Selection. Big up to Emeka, Aaron, Edward. Big up to Benito, Zier, Denzel, Lit, Jack, Toka, Ed, Niltpal, Frankie, Mito, Ashraf, Matthew for the super chats. Big up to Liam as well. Big up every single super chatter. Love you all. And Terry slipped as well. Peace out.
Thank you.